You're in Braves country.
Armchair.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Armor Cokes.
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pub. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Chief, what do you want to do tonight?
Same thing we do every night. Try to take over the world.
106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Armchair.
YouTube Live.
Radio station. The radio station you can call your own. Do you know what listeners like about our station?
I like everything. It's always on my radio. We never stop the music, except for now, when I talk.
Armchair Quarterback Show from Thursday, our NFL show. Thought it would be fitting on a Sunday. It's edited a little bit due to time constraints because we got first pitch coming up. But here you go, Armchair Quarterback Show. First part is just talking about the fantasy draft, and then we do a deep dive on 6 teams from the NFC over-unders. Let's get it. Good morning, Bobby.
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward to talking a little bit about some of the teams we got coming up, including my Arizona Cardinals.
The first thing we're going to do, so I want to get it out of the way before I forget, and this is going to be randomizing the draft order for the Armchair Quarterback Trophy League, and we're randomizing it right now just so everybody can see it on air. And count me down, 3, 2, 1, Bobby.
3, 2, 1.
And here we go. Doug gets the first pick. That's son of a, you're number 2.
Okay, there we go.
I believe that is Envy, who is number 3, the socially inept squad. I think that's her team. I'm number 4. Of course, I'm right in the damn middle. It's my least favorite place to be. I either want to be towards the top 1 or 2-ish, or towards the bottom 7 or 8-ish. So when you make the turn, instead of constantly being in the freaking middle, and it's ass, especially when you're trying to conduct the show in the draft, because you're talking and you're like, crap. Anyways, that's right. Good morning, Peta. Peta's number 3, Envy. All kinds of nicknames that she has. And Mark is 5. John is 6. John. Climb Up, I don't know who that is 7. I'm forgetting somebody. And Robert is number 8, so he's got the spot that I like the most, which is we're drafting the first day of the NFL for the first time ever. We're going to do this on the opening day of the NFL, which is, I believe, it's Thursday. I think it's September 4th. We've been using this day for folks who may not be familiar with this. I mean, I actually started the name of that show in college in the early 90s and carried it throughout. And I did some shows up there in the Tennessee area, and it was always called the Armchair Quarterback Show. I did it in Murfreesboro. Trying to remember the name of the call letters in that town now. The number 1 sports station there in Murfreesboro that carries all the Vols and the Braves games.
Yeah.
The studio's right there on the square. Anyways, and we brought the show back 2014, I think is what it was, and did Armchair Quarterbacks on St. Augustine Radio. We came back to Middle Tennessee on the Murfreesboro channel. We had a couple of other channels that we were doing, and then we started doing the CBS local independents where they were picking us up. Changed the name last year because the idea was the name was Cover Country because you're covering the spread. What I didn't think of and what made it so confusing, we'd already locked into the name and had already. I said, "Screw it, I'll deal with it." I didn't think of the fact that someone was going to be looking for cover songs for country music.
That does make sense.
And I didn't. I thought of that. I live in the sports world. I love music, but I live in the sports world.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, "Oh crap!" And every time I would Google Cover Country, as opposed to our show going up, any kind of sports talk coming up, it would always go to, and this is a pretty good cover band that sings, songs or whatever. I'm like, crap, that's not what I'm going to change the name. So back to Armchair Quarterbacks today, and there you go. Biggest problem with the Dallas Cowboys over the last 40 years is, I guess it's not quite 40 years. He bought the team in 89.
Yeah.
But for your lifetime, okay,
yeah,
we've always had some crap like this.
He loves the theatrics, and that's just not good for a football team.
And he also likes to. He's like a really bad version of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He tries to show people out in the media, but then he always ends up caving, and he doesn't get what he really should get. I would hate to see what Trump would do with the football team or baseball team, because first of all, I guarantee you he wins the Super Bowl or the World Series within 2 years. And I would hate to see the constant bitching and moaning by everybody in the media. But it would be a little entertaining to watch him go into arbitration meetings, all that kind of stuff.
I would like to see that.
Cameras and everything. I mean, there'll always be a camera in an arbitration meeting, wouldn't it? Yeah, this is going to be the biggest arbitration of all time. And you're going to be like, oh, hell, here we go. But it's like he's a bad version of that.
Yeah.
He tries to show him up, and I'm not saying he doesn't know how to negotiate, because the guy is a billionaire, so he's not a moron. But in today's NFL, today's sports contracts, there's a way to do it and there's a way not to do it, and he always seems to pick the way not to do it.
Well, and dragging it out in front of the public is probably the worst way to go about it, for starters. So that, and I think his age is showing. I think, all due respect to the guy, I think he's probably, like 90-something years old. I think that's definitely showing now with how he's
Let's get into what we have on docket for today. And today what we're doing is the NFC over-unders. And we've jotted these over-unders down. I've got them listed here, so I don't have to go searching for them. I am going to have to pull up the schedules, but I have the schedules. Look what we did here. So we're starting off with, I believe it's the Philadelphia Eagles. And I got that on your screen so you get an idea of who they are playing. So if you're following along on our video on YouTube, you can pause it and see who they're playing, but I'm not going to leave that up the entire time. Just giving you an idea each time. We've got one for each team. We're starting off with the Eagles because the Philadelphia Eagles are the defending Super Bowl champions. And Bobby picked 3 teams, I picked 3 teams, and then we're just going to kind of discuss it, right? And so with that being said, Bobby, you wanted to talk about the Eagles. First of all, give me the biggest reason why you wanted to pick this over under. What intrigued you the most?
Well, I went with...
The number that I have is 11.5.
I see it at... I had it at 12.5 on DraftKings, what I was looking at, but 11.5
It's plus money on 11.5. What were you getting on DraftKings on 12.5 plus what?
I think it was... I think over 12.5 was minus money. It was like minus...
Really?
Yeah. Or no. Sorry. Under 12.5 was like... It was close to even, but I think it was under on minus.
I think I would definitely be jumping on the under 12.5. I think 11.5 is a very interesting number because they're defending Super Bowl champions, and you always have to take that into consideration.
That's true. There could be a little bit of that Super Bowl hangover that we all know about, but I mean they're still the best team in football. There's no question. There's very little holes on that roster, and they've got an easy division they're playing into. I think they'll pick up 2 wins against the Giants. I think they'll pick up 2 wins against the Cowboys, and I think at least they'll split against the Commanders. That's looking at 5 wins in the bank right there, in my opinion. If the line's sitting at 11.5, that's only 7 more that they've got to get. And I went through the schedule, and it wasn't terribly hard. And I think that's very achievable.
I'll tell you one of the things, my favorite thing about their schedule this year is if you fast forward. Now, I wish is this right? I wish they had punted it until, wait a minute, am I seeing something crazy? Oh, never mind, because I'm on the Eagles schedule. I was like, why are the Cowboys playing on Friday? The Cowboys are playing on Black Friday against the Bears. I was staring at the Cowboy Eagles the week before on that Sunday. Now, I wish the hell they had picked that to be the Thanksgiving game. I think that would have been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But they have a stretch when you look at their schedule that's going to be a little entertaining because they're at Green Bay on November 10th and home against Detroit at Dallas, and then they got the Friday Prime Video game.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
And we may be doing the Prime Video game again this year.
Yeah.
I'm not doing nearly as much football play-by-play, but we may be doing that. Depends on how my schedule plays out.
Nice. Well, they also got a fun little stretch at the beginning of the season too, with Kansas City, the Rams, and then the Bucks.
And of course, they start with Dallas on Thursday night. It's the first game of the season, and it'll be draft day here for armchair quarterbacks.
Yep.
And that's a lot of fun. If it was in Dallas, I would give Dallas actually a puncher's chance because it's the first game, and I think it's going to be incredibly difficult for Dallas to come out of a win when they're going to be raising the banner, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But once again, we don't know how they're going to end up doing in this year because a lot of NFL champions come out smelling themselves.
Yep. Yeah, that happens typically.
And looking at the schedule real quick because we got to speed it up. You got Dallas, Kansas City, the Rams, Tampa. That's a pretty tough stretch. How do they come out of that?
I think at worst, I would say 2-2. I think they beat Dallas, and I think they win at least one of those games against Kansas City, LA, and Tampa Bay. I would predict though 3-1 with probably a loss to Kansas City. I think Kansas City will.
I've got them 2-2, and the reason why is I do think there's a stumble in the first two games.
That's true.
It's either going to be the Cowboys are going to shock them, but I doubt it because of this nonsense going on with Jerry Jones.
Yeah,
and they are going to have 10 days to prepare, but they're going to go into Kansas City. If you don't think Kansas City is going to be fired up for that game after getting embarrassed in the Super Bowl, and it's the 4:25 Sunday afternoon kickoff, that's going to be the game. I like the Rams a lot. Unfortunately, it's in Philadelphia, and Tampa's going to be a tough team this year. They really are.
Yeah, they are.
All right, the next four: Denver, Giants, Minnesota, Giants. I mean, 4-0?
It should be 4-0, I would think. Yeah, it's hard to imagine that's not 4-0. So
maybe they stumble at Minnesota, but it's doubtful.
I can see that. I mean, if J.J. McCarthy looks like
so it worse,
we have them
5-3 at the break.
Yeah,
and then the next four are Green Bay, Detroit, Dallas, and Chicago. At Green Bay and at Dallas. The other two are at home.
I think they'd go 4-0 in that stretch.
Wow, really? Okay, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I've got them going 3-1.
Okay.
And then the last 5 games are Chargers, at the LA Chargers, at home against the Raiders, at Washington, at Buffalo, and at home against Washington.
I'll go 3-2 in that stretch. It could be better depending on what the division looks like. It depends on how much that Week 18 game means. If they've already got the division wrapped up, then I think they'll pretty obviously lose that. But
yeah, so that's about what I have, and what we're teetering here is you get plus money if they get to 12 wins. It's minus 130 if you go to the under of 11.5. And we're taking our numbers off of covers.com for folks at home that may be wondering. It just makes it easier for all of us to be looking at the same number. Man, that is such a tough number. But because of the plus, I think I'm going with the over.
Yeah.
I don't like the 12.5 that you're getting on DraftKings.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want to take the under, if you're inclined to take the under, do it on DraftKings because
if it's legal in your state, it's not legal in Florida.
Yeah,
but
that might be why.
It's not legal in a lot of states, but I think it's only legal in like 12 states.
Yeah.
But I just have to go with. I think 12 is the maximum because of the hangover effects. Not that I don't think they're a good team, but a lot of these great teams, they go like, we'll get it together. And the next thing you know, you're towards the end of the season, like, crap, we got to win 4 in a row so we can get a bye. Right?
Sure. Well, I do want to give a little bit
of Buffalo and at Washington back-to-backs in December. That's no joke.
That's going to be tough, yeah. That's going to be tough, no doubt about it. I do have some confidence in Jalen Hurts remaining level-headed, though. He's established to at least us that it's a new season and he has kind of a fresh slate in his head. He's not too hungover from the Super Bowl. Now it's easier to say that than to actually go out there and play like that. But I do trust Jalen Hurts to be, compared to most quarterbacks, pretty level-headed about approaching this season.
Yeah, I've got him at 12-5 is what I have him at. But that's if everything goes right. Saquon Barkley gets injured, which is usually what happens when you become like, isn't he probably the Madden guy?
That's the Madden curse. Yeah, that's why I'm terrified to take him in fantasy. I think I have the number 3 pick in one league.
I've got some shares of him, but I don't. Yeah, I'm like, And the numbers just play out when you see when someone has as much production as he has last year.
Yeah,
usually there's a steep drop off.
Yeah,
but with that being said, he's had his big crippling injury. So has he learned something from that, and is he stronger because of it? And as much as people are going nuts with taking Bijan, and he still plays for the Falcons.
He does.
And that's a tough thing to get over when you've watched them for a while. I've been pulling for the Falcons now for a handful of years, ever since we started BCR. I was just kind of like, well, you know what? I need an NFC team. I'll pull for the Falcons.
Yeah. And I was all over Bijan in fantasy last year, and it kind of bit me. So.
And Honest Engine, like, they suck.
Yeah.
Like, they always make the wrong decision. And so, with that being said, I don't see how you can continue to go with believing that Bijan Robinson, because there are people that are drafting him number 1 overall. That's my thing.
Well, that's crazy talk to me, but
yeah, I just don't get it. I don't see how you come up with that number, because first of all, if you're going to pick a running back number 1 overall, you better realize off the jump he could get injured. There's much more of a chance. Not saying receivers don't get injured, because they get injured all the time. We know Jefferson tore his ACL. Isn't that what happened to Chase? Didn't Chase have I know he missed quite a bit of time in one season. I can't remember what the injury was, but we know that they have injuries.
Yeah.
But running backs by nature are built to get injured. That's why when you draft a running back in the early part of the draft, you're really banking on somebody. And by the way, Peter, don't be an idiot. Don't draft freaking Derrick Henry in the 3rd pick. I mean, come on, get your head out of your ass. I mean, I know you grew up in his hometown or whatever, but my God, you're trying. Have a competitive bone in your body. You're mailing in your damn season when you draft him in the 1st round. But the point is, the running backs are explosive and still take off and can still catch the ball out of the backfield at a high clip. Those are the ones that you go for.
Yeah, and that's what
Derrick Henry's not that one. I'm just putting that out there.
Now I do have some confidence in Derrick Henry staying healthy and standing.
Oh yeah, I think he'll do great.
He's a
if you get him
superhuman,
late second round, early 3rd. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's where he's at.
Yeah, I'm fine with him anywhere in the 2nd round. Really, I wouldn't pick him in the 1st. I think that's pretty
Considering
Okay,
how
47.
shallow of a league we're in, I think he could even fall to the third. Probably not. So when he comes back on the turn,
I probably won't let that happen.
right? Exactly. So, but she's going to draft before you in the second.
Yeah.
round. Yeah, you got to keep mine. And it's not smart fantasy sports to draft someone just because you know who they are.
Yeah. If anything, just follow the board. Just
That's something a Mets fan would do. All right, let's get into the next one on the board because we got to speed this up because we kind of got bogged down in the fantasy talk. Let's get it. Next one on the board is the Dallas Cowboys, and Dallas Cowboys their over under is 7.5 on covers. So that's the one we go with. It's a minus number at minus 140 plus number to hit the under. I'm definitely banging the over on this. I don't see how in the world you can take Dallas Cowboys to go 6-11 is what you're banking on.
Yeah.
They still have a lot of talent on that team, and I'm just going to assume that the contract thing gets itself worked out eventually.
Yeah, I think it'll get solved. I think it's something where.
I'm sorry, 7 and 10.
Which is still really low, even with how poor they were last year. I think the Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons are both pretty volatile characters to say the least. I think it'll work itself out, like you said. But even that aside, I think I would go over 7.5, but I don't think they'll get much higher than that. I think 8's right where they land. They still have a really tough out of conference schedule. I know they play Green Bay, they play Denver, they play Kansas City, Detroit, Minnesota, Chargers. They have quite a bit of tough out of conference opponents, and then of course they have to play the Commanders and Eagles twice a year.
All right, hear me out. This is how we get to 8 wins. Ready?
Yep.
They're going to beat the Giants at home. They are going to beat the Jets, I believe. Okay. It's in New York, but I give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
They are going to – I'm not going to give them the Green Bay game. It is in Dallas, but they've got a decent chance of winning that one.
Yeah.
But give me them winning one of the games against Washington because they always play well against Washington no matter which team is good and which team's not. They are going to beat the Raiders. That's 4. They're going to – I think they'll beat Minnesota at home. It's a Sunday night game. That's 5.
Yeah.
Give them a decent chance to maybe even sweep the Giants. Though I think the Giants last game of the season, that's a toss-up, so I'll throw that one aside. But give me a win at home against – man, the Arizona game's questionable. It's a Monday night game, and I know that's your team.
Well, I'll tell you this, though. Kyler, he always shows out against the Cowboys. I don't know what it is. It's the opposite with how we play against Carolina. We always batter the Cowboys. I don't know why, but we do. So I'll put that one down.
They also have winnable games against the Bears.
Yeah.
Carolina's winnable.
Yeah.
It's in Carolina, but it's winnable. Denver's a toss-up. I think I already said the Raiders.
Yeah.
I just think they're going to find a way to get to 8, but it's not one of my favorite plays.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd probably stay away from it. If I'm having to pick, I would take the over 7.5 there.
All right, next one on the docket. This is the Washington Commanders. It's one of the teams that you picked, and giving the schedule real quick up there on the screen. And the Washington Commanders, you're looking at their schedule right now. Tell me, now their over-under is 9.5, minus 130, plus 100 if you take the under.
Yep.
Are you over or are you under?
I'm going to take the over in this one. I am worried about the Terry McLaurin situation. That's a big big factor here. I think Terry McLaurin could test his value and see what teams are willing to offer when they're trying to figure out a trade. I don't think he's going to get what he's wanting. He's wanting just shy of Justin Jefferson money. That ain't happening. So I think he could end up back in Washington. But even if not, I still think they could go over 9.5 here. They've got 2 games in the bag against the Giants and then against the Cowboys.
You're convinced that they're going to sweep the Giants. Everybody's going to sweep the Giants, man.
I know it happens every year. It happens every year, doesn't it?
Giants always play them.
Yeah,
They
that's fair.
smoked by the Eagles, but they always play Washington tough.
That's fair. That's fair. I do worry about a potential sophomore slump a little bit for
So
Jaden
we need
Daniels,
10
but
wins.
I don't know. I'm trusting how good I saw from Jaden Daniels last year, and I think they have enough winnable games where they can get over that mark.
Here are games that are winnable. I'm not going to say they're going to win them all, but these are very winnable games.
Yeah.
Giants at Green Bay. Raiders at the Falcons. Bears. That's 5 of the first 6 games, by the way.
Yeah, and that Chargers game right there, Week 5, that's very winnable too, I think.
It is, but it's in L.A., and I think people forget how tough they really were.
Well, and they're going across the country for that one too. So
I know they got their asses handed to them in the playoffs, but that was a tough team last year.
Yeah.
Other very winnable games at home against Seattle, home against Miami, home against Denver, at Minnesota, at the Giants, home against Philly, home against Dallas.
Both winnable.
Yeah, I think I got to go 10.
Yeah, and especially I think that Week 18 game is huge too, because if the Eagles have the division wrapped up and the Commanders are still playing for playoff seeding or just to get in the playoffs in general, that Week 18 game could be easy for them.
Yeah, you just hope if you're going down that road that you're not that your life isn't depending on that. Because what if they have?
Yeah, you hope they have it wrapped up by then.
What if they have a wild card wrapped up? And they're sitting at 9 wins. Like, all right, what are you doing? Son of a. That's why it's always good to grab a team that you think might have good momentum at the beginning of the season, because they're going to offer you a cash out.
That's true.
And if things are going well, you might want to grab that cash out if you're like, I don't know if that game's going to matter in Week 18.
Yeah.
All right, next one on the docket, team that I picked, the Chicago Bears. Dump Bears! And the reason why I took this team is because there's a lot of hype going for the Chicago Bears this year. A lot of people believe that the Bears are going to be one of the teams that could surprise, maybe even win the division. I am not one of those people. I don't believe the Bears have done enough. I also believe that Minnesota's a tough team. Obviously, Detroit, I know they lost their offensive coordinator, but let's not lose our mind and act like that just makes the team collapse.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, Green Bay is a team a couple of years ago looked like they might have won the Super Bowl, and last year they had a down year. So I think they bounced back.
Yep.
And their over-under in Chicagoland is 8.5, and I don't think they get there.
I'm in the same boat as you. I'm going the under, and I'll one-up you there. I think they finished last in the division as well.
Yeah, they should.
I don't think that's too much of a hot take. I think the J.J. McCarthy does not have to be some incredible quarterback for the Vikings to put together a good season. If you look at it from the betting aspect, Detroit and probably Minnesota don't have unders as low as 8.5. Yeah.
And I can't imagine that the Packers do either.
Doubt it.
So I don't think that's a hot take at all. I think but there are a lot of folks that are out there going, watch out for the Bears, watch out for the Bears, because they believe that the offensive coordinator is just going to go in and just all of a sudden change the entire team. I don't think that's going to be the case at all. No. I think they're going to be more exciting to watch, but you got to give the guy a couple of years to get his to get his personnel in there.
Yep. Well, and I still have some question marks about Caleb Williams. I think you'd be crazy not to. I think he's talented, but I worry about, we've seen that how he plays may not translate to the NFL exactly.
And the other person that's in there that's going fairly high in fantasy that I have huge question marks about because I haven't seen consistency is Rome Odunze.
Yeah.
He keeps being hyped, as everybody always tends to hype these same receivers over and over and over again. I got to see more consistency from him. Now he may get that this year, but I've got to believe in it, and I've got to buy into the fact that the moves that they made in the running back room were going to pay out.
Yep.
And is that even going to matter if Caleb Williams out there throwing interceptions?
Yeah. Well, and on top of that, you got DJ Moore sitting above Odunze in the depth chart, who's a much better receiver. I think he'll be getting most of the targets. So I'm not sure where the Rome Odunze hype is coming
earlier
from.
In fantasy drafts too. So I don't look at him being as big of a reach
Yeah,
I do believe Odunze is a little bit of a reach.
I'm in the same boat with you because it wasn't some incredible. He didn't have an incredible season last year, and like you said, very inconsistent. I don't know why he's going as high as he's.
He reminds me of some of the Falcon receivers over the years.
yeah.
Or like Tyler Lockett. Well, everybody's always in love with Tyler Lockett. Go pump the brakes. He's got 4 touchdowns and it's week 17.
I've drafted this guy
at 1 week when DK Metcalf was injured. Shut up!
Yeah.
Just stop it.
I can tell you this. I drafted Odunze in a couple leagues last year. I don't think he saw my starting lineup probably at all, maybe like once or twice.
Bears, by the way, tough road to sled too.
Absolutely, yeah. They're
at Washington, at Baltimore, at Cincinnati. That's 3 of their first 4 games.
Yeah.
So they're 1-3 because they'll probably beat the Saints.
Yep.
Then a little later on, at Minnesota, home against Pittsburgh, at Philly, at Green Bay. I mean, they're going to collect losses like it's a stamp collection.
Yep. Yeah, so and that 3-game stretch to end the season's tough too. Green Bay, San Francisco, Detroit. That's going to be tough, man.
If you can get that number, it's 8.5 is what I'm seeing on covers. I haven't cross-checked it with all the other ones. You are paying minus 145 on this book, but I still think that, man, I think that's easy money.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you. If it wasn't the division they're playing in the NFC North, if it wasn't so loaded, maybe I'd take the over.
If you want to hedge your bet, put a little pizza money on them to win the division, because the odds are going to be so great that if you're wrong about the over/under, they're probably going to win the division.
Yeah, because those teams are right around the same mark.
They damn well may get 12 or 13 if we're like totally wrong about what can be done in one off season.
Yeah.
All right, next team up on the docket. I think you've heard of this team before. It's called the Arizona Cardinals.
I regret to say I have.
And Bobby, tell everybody why you're a Cardinals fan. This is one of my favorite stories.
Yeah. So I started playing Madden and around about the year after they went to the Super Bowl. In the game I played, it had to be picked between the Cardinals and the Steelers when I opened up the game or something. And of course, I picked the Cardinals because I liked Kurt Warner. I liked Fitzgerald. I thought the logo was cool and everything. And since then, I've been loyal to that team, unfortunately, to a fault.
It really dumbfounds me that you're not a St. Louis Cardinals baseball fan too, because Bobby has grown up in the state of Tennessee. He's not from Cardinals country. I'm not telling you to be that. You need to be a Braves fan, but it surprises me that you didn't go, screw it, that's my baseball team too.
Yeah, well, you can see my team's back there. It doesn't make much sense for someone who grew up in Tennessee.
No, Portland, Trailblazers.
That's another one because of video games.
And then he's a dirty Gator on Saturdays, so you can't trust anything he says. All right, Arizona, the number that I have is 8.5.
Yeah.
I think that's gettable. And it must be gettable because it's minus 115 on the over. It's minus 105 on the other. So it's a true pick 'em.
Yeah.
From the boys out in the desert. Now, they're given the slight lean to 9 wins. What do you have, Adam?
I'm going over here. I'm not going to say we're going to go all the way to the Super Bowl or anything. I think we get right at 9 wins. We have an improved defense, a very improved defense. I think that's the strong point of this team. I know people will look at James Conner, Marvin Harrison, Trey McBride, some of the talent we have on offense.
The number one fantasy managers want to know, is Trey McBride going to find the damn end zone?
Yes, he'll get the end zone. I don't think he'll keep getting tackled short of the end zone, and then James Conner will come and vulture.
How many he finished with? Was it 1?
I want to say he finished with like a couple. But
it took forever for him to get a damn.
I know it was, and then there was late in the season. I think against the Rams. We were on it was a game-winning driver down like the 2-yard line. We hit him for a game-winning touchdown, bounced off his hands, got intercepted.
There's a guy that I follow for prop bets and everything, and every week, man.
Trey McBride touchdowns.
Keep going. He's going to be the week.
It's going to be this week. He's due.
See him on Monday. Gosh darn it!
Yeah. I think we'll go over 8.5 though. Marvin Harrison's going into his second year. I think he'll look better. And I had my gripes about him in year 1 just from what I saw. His stats were fine. Just his play on the field was iffy. He's bulked up a lot this offseason. I think he'll be a better player in year 2.
I just think he's phenomenally talented.
I think he's too talented to not be good. The dude's ridiculous. He's a phenom.
If he's not making the highlight reel on a weekly basis, I'm putting that all on Kyler Murray.
I'm with you.
I just think Marvin Harrison is just phenomenal, man.
Yeah, I think he was. It was iffy year 1, but a lot of.
And I do think that Kyler Murray has come a long way. We used to beat him up. We used to beat him up bad on this show.
Yeah, well, it's funny because now that we're here, I've kind of given up on hope there. I'm kind of over this experiment. I don't have a whole lot of faith in that.
You want to move on from him? Is what you're? Well, I guess you can't because
can't right now. This is the last year to really show what he's got. If he doesn't play at a really high level, I think you don't really have much of a choice. It's just it's shown again and again that it's not working, and you don't have the Cliff Kingsbury excuse to follow back on. At least I don't anymore. So I know I used to love to go after Cliff, but yeah, you don't have that to lean back on anymore.
The reason why I never liked him is because all the stories that came out about how he just played video games all the time.
Yeah,
and the fact he's basically, Danny DeVito out there playing quarterback. He's a little chunky. He's really, really short. And I'm like, come on, man. I wanted to like him because he was such a good baseball prospect.
Yeah.
But
I think he's
like watching him play.
I think he's an extremely talented player. I think he's very talented. I think
he's a great athlete. I don't know if he's a great quarterback.
Well, yeah, and my problem lies with the mental side of the game. And I think he kind of whenever games get into rough points and whenever we get down, he doesn't really play back from adversity.
He is one of those guys that sports came really easy for.
Yeah.
And now he's in the National Football League, and you got to work harder.
Yeah.
And he just hasn't done it yet. But I agree with you. This is push or shove year.
Yeah. Now, are we going to count on it in year 7 of his NFL career? I don't know. That's a tough one.
That's the thing.
So, I think we go over an 8.5.
His speed's only going to get worse as he gets older. I still think he's got pretty good speed. And honestly, that's one of the biggest gripes I have about him. I don't think he runs enough.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's very, very hesitant to run.
I think he should take off. I'm not saying go and take on linebackers. Get the hell out of bounds, right?
Yeah.
But I think he should boot scoot boogie down the field. The next thing you know, safeties are coming up, and then you can hit the long pass.
Absolutely.
We don't have time.
I think that'll open up the deep ball a lot more because last year when he didn't run as much, his deep ball was horrific. It was terrible. It was the worst I've ever watched.
Passes, throw Trey McBride touchdown passes.
Yeah.
Quit leading it down to the 2-yard line as it's running him out of bounds.
I'm with you.
All right. I'm with you. I think they probably get there, but if I was going to bet this a large amount of money, I would probably take the under because it seems like they always stub their toe at the beginning. And it seems like they come on hot late.
Yeah.
I ended up taking them last year on the over when I got a small over. It took me forever, but I actually got to the number. It took me forever. At the time when I told you I was getting it, I thought, hell, man, I'm going to cruise to this.
Yeah.
And then they played with their
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live as the Braves are on the road. We're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside, get set for what should be a great day on Braves Country Radio. We'll go through the lineups today as the game moves along. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today to join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good afternoon, Braves Country. Sunday Fun Day. Who do we have in the chat here today? I see Raymond Lovelace. Everybody loves Raymond Lovelace. I see Royal Pita, Iron Lung, Daniel Brooks, Justin Hightower, Jason Adams. Got to go through these a little quicker than normal. David McComber, Braden, Justin Hightower, Bugs, AY. Who else do we have in here? Just setting that to open the door for the chats. Slipped my mind this morning. Been running around doing a lot of things. Let me see who else we have in here. That's all we got right now, but I know we just opened the door to subscribers. And John! Assuming you enjoyed the day. My man Nathaniel Brooks, Billy Power Max. Everybody loves Raymond Lovelace. Assuming Uncle Charlie's in here, I haven't seen him yet, but he might just be on the way. Royal Pita. AY, good to see you. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves, and we'll finish up the roll call. Good to see you, Justin and Richard. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball. No more measles and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody! Bring your green hat. Let's go. Come on, everybody. We're going. Woo!
Who do we appreciate?
You're in Braves Country.
Afternoon, Braves Country. Who else do we have coming in here? I see CT, Chris Townsend, Tree Nug, Justin, SS Dub, James Fisher, the Fisher King, Richard Talley, what you talking about there, Uncle Willis? Getting set for first pitch here. So everything that I have looked at today, of course, you can never predict these types of things fully. I expect a high-scoring game, y'all. The numbers against Fetty are horrible, as you can imagine. The numbers against Fetty, I'm going to go over them real quick before because it always disappears off my screen. Quan is 3 for 6 with a homer. This is Lifetime versus Fetty. Schneemann, even though Schneemann's 1 for 3, for whatever reason, Jose Ramirez is 0 for 8. That's weird, and that probably won't last. Manzardo's 1 for 2. Bo Naylor's 2 for 4 with a homer. Rocchio, even he is 1 for 7. And Nolan Jones, who hasn't gotten to start in this series, he's 1 for 2, so he's in the lineup. As far as the Braves go, Profar's 1 for 2. Ozuna 1 for 2. Harris 1 for 2. Ozzie 1 for 3. Allen 1 for 4. Profar, Smurf, and Alvarez have never seen him. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. He's a guy who lives off his four-seamer. He's got a high slug against that four-seamer. So I think the Braves are going to start tattooing the ball. I think there's going to be runs early and often. Give me, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna take someone I don't take very often anymore. Let me go ahead and four-seam fastball lives on. You know what? Let's go with the Smurf. Smurf is due to have a good game. Why not? What the hell? Braves are wearing their road, and I'll take Atlanta to win in a shootout. Let's say 8-6. Braves are wearing their road blues today with the gray pants. Logan Allen firing up his final warm-up tosses with their Sunday Reds. We're just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Let me put the card up real quick so you don't see the screen jumping around. Jurickson Profar is digging in. Let's see if that 3D will come into effect. Logan Allen comes set. The first pitch on the way. We are set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Yes, sir! It is baseball time in Braves country, and the first pitch is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Good to see you, Oswaldo. The 1-0. Swung on, pops it up deep down the line, fouling out of play. It's 1-1. Regardless what you're seeing on your screen, it is a sunshiny day here in Cleveland, Ohio. 1-1, pops it up, high down the right field line. Coming in, making the catch is Quan. Out in right field today is Kafis. 1 down. That was something that we were joking about pregame. I was on a text with somebody, and I was like, man, are they going to let that Kafis guy go out there and play right field again? And sure enough, they are. He had a miserable time last night. Thought he might just need a day to reset his brain. Matt Olson, the batter, first pitch swinging, hammers it high and deep into center field, and drifting back, making the catch is Jones. Quickly 2 down. Quan, Jones, and Kafis left to right in your outfield. Around the horn, it's Schneemann, Rocchio at short. Arias getting the day off, which is big because he's one of the best defensive shortstops in baseball. So some hard choppers might get through. Martinez at second, Manzardo at first, Bo Naylor's back behind the plate, and Logan Allen is on the bump. More on him in a second. First pitch on the way to Ronald Acuna Jr., number 13 in your program, number 1 in your heart. Misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. 1-0. 82, just off the edge. 1-1. So a 1-1 count, batting .304 on the year, 14 home runs, 26 RBI, and .994 OPS. The 1-1. High and out of the zone. Ball 2-1. Braves nothing, Cleveland nothing. Top of the first. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. So the 2-2 right there. Full count. Full count to Ronald Acuna Jr. Logan Allen comes set as he steps out of the box for a second. Digging back in, Allen quickly back to work. Here's the pitch. Swing! Bangs it down the line, foul. If nothing else, Ronald's making him work. 2 very quick outs to start the game. He leans on that four-seamer, and guys can swing on it pretty well. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves get their first look at Logan Allen in a long time. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
You know, my bank account be looking like people's going to be getting text messages for Christmas. And that is if my phone is still on.
Can I make you some tea? Yeah, sure. All right, we have green tea, detox, and chamomile. What did you call it? Chamomile. It's chamomile. Wait. I texted everyone. No!
And this is a tip that I learned from my high schoolers today. And someone said, that's unk status. And I said, unk status? Like, what is that? The class was like, like uncle. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, because, like, uncles are older. Okay, sure. I was like, well, what about me makes me an unk? And they said, the fact that you had to ask what unk is gives you unk status.
Hard to believe, isn't it? It is hard to believe. There are no words needed for that picture of Mike Schmidt.
As great a moment the home run in Montreal was, this was as bad a feeling on the other end as I could possibly have.
But he was the guy that got us there. Without Schmitty, we don't get there. And, at the time you try to say, hey, hang in there, man. Things are going to turn around.
Here is Unser now with 2 out and the tying run at third.
One of the biggest hits I ever got in my life. I didn't get it. Del Unser got it.
It's a base hit to right center, and we're tied at 5.
We end up tying the game that inning, and in extra innings, we ended up winning it.
Phillies win it.
So Del Unser got the biggest hit of my career.
I know I was some dead weight out there in that game today, Don. Some real dead weight, and that proves what kind of heart this team has.
It will be Philadelphia against Kansas City in the World Series starting Tuesday night.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way from Fetty is right there for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Cutter misses inside. Ball 2-0. Mentioned it earlier, but Quan 3 for 6 lifetime with the home run versus Fetty. The 2-0 right there at the knees. 2-1. Let's clean that screen up for you. Cleveland is dropping the ball when it comes to this 3D magic. Notice that all weekend long. 2-1. Chop foul. It's 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Fetty brings it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the cutter up top. 1 down. I'll tell you what was a Freudian slip is the first pitch on the way is up top for a called that a high strike. We'll take it. It's 0-1. They were interviewing Fetty. I don't know if it was yesterday or today, but anyways, the clip was out today. Is the 0-1? Outside wide 1-1. And they were asking him what the Braves coaching staff has taught him. Is the 1-1 Lifts it down the line, bending foul, and it's going to be fair, but a sliding catch by Profar. Profar pro good out there today. Good catch.
Well, the jerks are called. They're running out of you.
I think he might have gotten a strawberry on his hand.
It's a smart line and a
He's
smart
rubbing
crowd
his
will
right
appreciate it.
hand.
And I'm not going to dumb it down for some bonehead.
As he was sliding, he hit the area where the lip of the grass touches the dirt. So he might have cut his hand, I don't know, but it doesn't appear to be anything that needs attending. First pitch on the way to Jose Ramirez, who is 0 for 8 lifetime versus Fetty. When I saw that, I was like, man, he must, excuse me, is he 0-1 in the dirt? 1-1. He must have faced him that 1-2 month stretch where Fetty was almost unhittable a few years ago, right before they had the sense to trade him away in Chicago. The 1-1, swing, pops it back foul. It's 1-2. Happy Sunday fun day to everybody. So a 1-2 count. Good to see you, Peter. All right, now the zone 2 and 2. Braves nothing, Cleveland nothing. Bottom of the first, Braves went down in order. The 2-2 to Ramirez. Wham! Nails it down the line, but foul. I just feel like if we keep Jose Ramirez in the yard today with Fetty, we are playing with house money because 0 for 8 lifetime against Fetty, and Ramirez one of the best hitters in baseball. Yeesh, he's due. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Lock him up, baby. Sign Fetty to a multi-year extension. We'll be back in a flash here in Braves country.
There are women who willingly go with their man into Twin Peaks. I just passed it and saw 2 women with their man bebopping on in. Girl, if he tells you he is there for the food, I am a natural blonde.
The Irish goodbye, the most effective way to f*** off from somewhere you don't want to be.
We got an old boy down at home that runs for sheriff every term, and he never could get sheriff. He'd make a fine-looking sheriff if he could just get the vote. One time he's out electioning and went up to the door, and he said, "Ma'am, I'm Ross Garrett. I'm running for sheriff." She said, "Hold it right there, Ross." Said, "I've known you ever since you was a little boy." Said, "I wouldn't vote for you if you was the last living male human being in Weakley County." Said, "You run with the wild women, you drink whiskey, and you play with playing cards. You so sorry if you was to fall over dead in the front yard, the buzzards wouldn't stop to eat you." And old Ross put his hat back on and went to the truck. And he got his little tablet out and went down there beside her name, and he wrote "doubtful."
Mike went into that World Series feeling the weight of what had just happened.
Schmidt looked to me like he was carrying all the pressure in the world in those playoff games. I think he was really frustrated. The Astros pitched him very well.
Wondering how Philadelphia was going to perceive him.
He has been booed in this town during the course of this year, but not at World Series time, at least not yet.
There's so much pressure he put on himself always, but especially in that World Series.
It was a burden to have not had any success in the postseason.
2 teams who have never won a World Series square off in baseball's October showcase.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna is right down the track for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. But Fetty, anyways, I got sidetracked on that story. They asked Fetty, is the 0-1 misses high 1-1? What if the Braves pitching, what does the Braves coaching staff help you with and really work on since you've been here? And the first thing he said, I swear to you, this, I mean, you could have used the clip from where, if you remember the famous clip where Kamala Harris went viral, where she was asked if she would do anything different. She said, I can't think of anything. He said that. He goes, I can't think of anything right now. And then all of a sudden he tried to straighten it up. He goes, oh, yeah, well, a lot of the fundamentals that I've been working on my whole career is the 2-1 misses outside. And I was like, oh, my God. He just basically told everyone that nobody's helping him. The 3-1. Cutter right there, 3-2. Because if it was on the tip of his tongue, he would be saying, oh, well, this, and this. Instead, he goes, I don't know. I can't think of anything. I don't even know all their names. They just come by and nod, and they've been filling out their resume, updating it for the offseason. The payoff, up top, caught looking, strike 3. Cutter top of the zone. Ozuna doesn't like it. He's bound to get thrown out in the near future. I will say for that one, that was a strike. And if it wasn't, it was so close you got to swing with two strikes. I mean, it was right there. First pitch on the way to Harris is right there, first strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. One count, pops it up, can of corn, middle of the infield, and that ball's going to drop. Sometimes when you're hot, and Michael Harris is second, that is going to be a single because nobody actually touched the ball. So when you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not. And Michael Harris the second is aboard with a technical single. The first baseman, Manzardo.
Bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
So one of the things that I noticed this morning when I was filling out the lineup card is the first pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies is right there on the outer edge for a strike, sweeper, it's 0-1. They have a lot of guys playing out of position. They're trying to get days off for guys. So I was wondering what the defense was going to be like. Schneemann was in center field on Friday night. He's at third tonight, or today. Is he 0-1? Fouls it back. It's 0-2. Rocchio's in there at short and not Arias. Martinez, who was in the outfield earlier in the series, he's at second. And then Manzardo, who had been a DH on Friday, he is standing there at first, and they all just kind of let the ball drop. So the 0-2, outside wide, 1 and 2. And I get the idea of getting guys days off, but when you give all of them off at the same time and they shuffle the deck, this is what happens on the defense. I see it all the time when I watch Dodger games and they let guys fill in. That's usually the game where that Dodger offense better do it. The 1-2, chops it over towards third, off the hand of the third baseman. Did we not just say it? Schneemann it, and that will probably be, well, let's see how they play it. It was going to be a tough play. It was a Baltimore chopper. So it's either going to be an E5 or an infield single, but regardless, Ozzie Albies is on.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, and nobody beat me.
See how they gave that an infield single. It's probably a question mark there, but we'll take it. First pitch on the way to the Smurf is up top. So good things are going very well for the Atlanta Braves. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. The 1-1 count, fires it over to second. Harris easily back. Throw was. We'll go ahead and change the view on this. 1-1 count. '86 up top, misses, 2-1. I know what you're saying right now. The two balls that have been thrown to Smurf that were technically out of the zone, that's about where Ozuna got called for strike 3. He's probably chirping from the dugout right now. The 2-1 just misses outside. Sweeper, 3-1. Your home plate umpire, Willie Trainer. We have not seen him a whole ton, and I don't have a lot of notes on him, but it looks like he's pinching the zone. The 3-1 pitch, outside wide, ball 4. Good frame by Naylor. I'll tell you one thing about Bo Naylor. He had some good frames there, and he makes them smooth. We don't get to see Cleveland very often, but he's got a smooth frame. Some of these catchers, they zip him real fast because that's how they want to do it. Naylor's very good about just making it appear that's where he caught it all along. Nacho Alvarez, the batter, I need to do a deeper dive and look at his overall frame numbers, but pretty impressive 2 nights we've seen him. First pitch on the way is a sweeper inside to Nacho Alvarez. It's 1-0. Good to see you, straight shooter. If you're just joining us, there was an infield single question mark. Is the 1-0 up top of the zone? 1-1. Looks like he lives up there, Allen. A lot of his pitches are top of the zone. There was a boffed. Is the 1-1 fouled straight back 1-2. There's a high pop-up with the high sun here in Cleveland, and nobody caught the ball. Nobody even touched the ball. The first baseman was the closest to it as he dove to it. The 1-2. Hammered down the third base line. It's going to be a 5, 4, 3. They do not get the double play, so the Braves get a run home. So good hustle by Nacho. We'll see if they want to challenge this, but as of right now, it is 1-0.
Whoa.
Harris comes home. Nacho's RBI.
Get me some nachos. It is a sign. A sign. It needs nachos to help.
Yeah, he beat it. I'm a little surprised, but once again, Schneeman's playing third. So you're talking about all kinds of guys out of position. I'm a little surprised he didn't go home on that one. He would have had Harris out by a mile, and then you would have had Nick Allen batting. But we'll take it. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way to Nick. Swing! That ball's belted down the left field line. Get down where the green grass grows. Ball bounces and just foul. I mean, just foul. That was going to clear the bases. Missed by not even, we'll say 6 to 8 inches, maybe a foot. It was looping and looping as softly as it was hit. You didn't think it had that much curve on it, but it did. So everybody back to their stations. The 0-1, 93 on the outer edge, 0-2. Good to see you, Taku. Southern guy. The 1-1. Rifles it back foul, 1-2. 1-2 count. Braves lead it 1-0. Trying to extend a 4-game winning streak, winning 8 of their last 10. Not back in the thick of things yet, but if they continue on a tear, you never know. Need a lot of help elsewhere, but stranger things have happened. 1-2 count in the dirt, 2-2. They might be calling this team the Miracle Braves if you're aware of that great Boston Braves team in 1914 that was out of the division, out and dead. This is back when only one team made the postseason on each league. They came roaring back. The 2-2. Bender just outside, and he's framing that thing well, but it's just missing the zone. So a full count now, which means Nacho will be on the move, which means if Allen can get that ball down into the corner, he will definitely score. The payoff pitch. Swing, lifts it. High into center field. Should have a beat on it. He does. Center fielder Nolan Jones makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. But up for your Atlanta Braves. Put 1 on the board. Your Atlanta Braves.
Check it out. What? Look. That guy. Get me some nachos.
1.
It is a sign.
Cleveland,
a
nothing.
sign. It needs nachos.
Use the left lane to keep left to merge onto I-405 south towards
Mother self-righteous hoe bag of a waffle. Bill Buckner is mostly known for an error he made in Game 6 of the 1986 World Series. Today I'm going to change that, so here's the career of Bill Buckner. Today at Wrigley Field on May 17, 1979, he went 4 for 7 with a career-high 7 RBIs and capped it off with a grand slam off of Tug McGraw. A year later, he won the National League batting title. A year later, he set career highs in RBIs, hits, and doubles. That season, he also set the Major League record for assists in a season with 184, which lasted 25 years. He was a big part of the reason the Red Sox won the American League East in 1986. His 18 home runs were a career high, and for the second year in a row, he topped over 100 RBIs. Despite a rocky start to the American League Championship Series in 1986, he started a rally in Game 5, which led to Dave Henderson's famous home run. Not to mention he went 3 for 6 in the last 2 games of the series to help the Red Sox punch their ticket to the World Series. His 453 career strikeouts in 21 seasons is usually eclipsed by players nowadays in almost 2 seasons. Even though Gold Glove shouldn't be gauged by fielding percentage, his .991 career fielding percentage certainly should have gotten him a Gold Glove or 2 during his career. He is truly underappreciated considering he ranks 66th all-time in hits and doubles, 51st in singles, and 47th in putouts. So let's give Bill Buckner the credit he deserves and remember him for a truly great career.
Our boys are very close in age and they're very close friends and they get along great with their dad.
I hope you're farther than me.
But you've played 10,000 more rounds of golf in your life.
Yeah, but still.
I don't know about that. You play like every day. It's called networking.
We barbecue and watch sports and they have this banter back and forth amongst themselves. They're kind of like a little clan.
A lot of these guys, they get married at 22, 23. They have a kid. First 13 years of his life, you're gone. Probably weighing into my decision to wait and get married and then have the opportunity and the wherewithal and the time to be a part of their lives.
Has anybody ever looked at their wife and been like, damn it, damn it?
Welcome back. First pitch on the way is down and in for a ball, a changeup. It's 1-0. Is down and in. Ball through. Excuse me, the 1-0 down and in. 2-0 makes it 3-0. Excuse me. Had something on my screen that I was trying to get off. The 3-0 pitch. 92 outside. That was a really tight call. So Manzardo will head on down to first. First pitch on the way to Bo Naylor is a sweeper up top for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Right there on the outer edge. 0-2. The 0-2 count. Runner at first. High and out of the zone. Cutter misses. Naylor batting 172 on the year, but he has always been. So the two brothers, if you ever gotten them confused, Bo and Josh, they were both on Cleveland for a long time. Josh was always known as the hitter, and Bo was always known as the fielder. The 2-2. Not that Bo can't hit because he does have 11 home runs, but the payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the cutter, 1 away. Runner at first. 1 down, a double play would get Fetty out of the jam. Rocchio coming to the plate. First pitch is a cutter up top, right across the chest for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. 90 miles an hour, cutter, 1-1. The 1-1 count. Braves 1, Cleveland nothing. If you're just joining us, the 1-1 fouled away. 1-2. Braves essentially were gifted that run in the second inning. It took a calamity of errors by the Cleveland Guardians, even though there's not one technically on the scoreboard. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Braves. No 0-0-0 for the Guardians. The 1-2. Cutter up top. They're going to fire it down to first real quick and keep the runner close by. 2-2. Brian Rocchio, 235 hitter, 2 home runs, 29 RBI. The 2-2. Swing, hammers it down the line, foul. We'll do it again. This is if you think about it, I hadn't really thought about it because of the name change and whatnot. This is essentially a 30-year anniversary of that 95 World Series. The 2-2, chops it over towards first. Olsen has it, fires it down to second base. They'll get the lead runner, but Allen had no chance of getting the runner getting down the line, so it'll be 3-6 on your scorecard. So, Sinker will start off the at-bat here and misses down and in. It's 1-0. I don't know why the Braves production team has a runner standing at second on your screen if you're following along at home. The runner is at first. I mean, I know why. It's an out-of-town game, and they put the I'm convinced the out-of-town games for FanDuel Braves, I'm convinced that they put nothing but the lackeys in there on it. The boss is like, all right, then, we're going to go barbecue. We'll see you. And God forbid if y'all ever been with us for those late-night games out on the West Coast. I mean, I think they just put chimpanzees and a hammer in charge of it and just hit buttons. It'll be all right. The 1-0 fouls it straight back. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Righty, lefty, Kafis, the number 7 hitter. Pitch way outside wide, 2-1. Always like to peek ahead to see what the team that we're playing, what they have on deck next. Guardians are going to Arizona. The 1-1 swing and a miss, 1-2. So I don't think they gave these guys a rest. All these guys a rest because it was a Sunday game and they have a big series tomorrow, like a divisional series, like if they were playing the Yankees or they're chasing in the wild card. I think it's more of the fact that they flip it over to first real quick to keep the runner close by. They're trying to reset them as they're about to go out on a West Coast trip. That's going to be a big West Coast trip for Cleveland because they're hanging around there in the AL wild card as the 2-2 runner goes, throw down to second, and they said he's safe. The throw beat him by a mile, but maybe he missed the tag. I was about to tell you smoke him if he got him. Smoke him if you got him because he got him, but the throw beat him by a mile. This is what I talk about all the time. They're not going to challenge it. They don't teach these guys anymore to go to the guy. They sit there and they wait. And he did this, basically it was the swim move to avoid the tag. And then he came off the base and he doesn't hold the tag. And I know Nick Allen's phenomenal fielder, but it's not being pounded in these kids' heads because of instant replay as the 3-2 misses ball 4. So what could have ended a big jam, now you got a problem. Runners at second and third and 1 out. He makes the catch. If he just leans into the runner, instead of just sitting there waiting on it, because he just tried to stick his arm out. And he came off the bag, so if he leans over there and grabs and touches him, when he comes off the bag, he's going to be out. Instead, he just tried to tag him as he's going by, and terrible fundamentals on that play. But I don't think they do it. I really don't think, and this isn't just the Braves, I don't think Major League Baseball coaches emphasize enough why they should do what they should do because of today's game, as the first pitch on the way off that 0-1 is high and out of the zone. Because of instant replay, you have to be very aware of the fact that you're just simply not trying to make the illusion of the out. You have to stick with the tag. 1-1 count. Swing and miss, 1-2. By the way, second base umpire Charlie Ramos, not good behind the plate, but that was a phenomenal call because I think most umpires would have called him out. He barely snuck in. And then once again, Allen had tagged him, and as he's coming off the bag, he released the tag. Two count. High and out of the zone, ball 3-2. So what should be 1-0 heading to the top of the third with the lead, and you're getting the bats ready. Instead, Fetty is, if he doesn't get Jones here, he's in danger of loading the bases. And it could really unravel as the top of the order's in the hole. The 3-2. Swing! That ball's banged down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone. That ball is bending, just foul. And I mean just foul. It didn't take a right turn at Albuquerque. It just barely missed the exit. Man, that was close. It's one of those ones, if you're playing MLB The Show, it tells you the ball just missed the foul pole by 2.3 feet. And you're like, son of a. Runners go, payoff pitch, up top. Pinching the zone once again. That was a strike, but he's been doing this all day. Ball 4. That doesn't make it right. Home plate umpire Willie Traynor. He is going to make you. What it's telling me is that most likely he's calling a much bigger zone at the bottom of the zone because he has not been pinching him. In fact, in that at bat, you had 2 strikes that were called, and in this inning, my math is right here. 6 balls in this inning have been at the bottom of the zone, but only the top part of the ball has touched the zone. He's called him a strike. You reverse that, as Kranitz is out there talking to Fetty, the exact opposite's happening at the top of the zone. So the whole ball's not in the zone, but all it needs to do is touch it. He's pinching it at the top of the zone. So if the idea is on most batters, the top of the zone, a lot of folks would say it's right there at the letters, then it's just at those balls are hitting just in the bottom part of those letters. First pitch on the way is a sweeper, pops it up. Number 9 hitter, Martinez, bangs it back foul. It's 0-1. The biggest difference here, Braves had the bases loaded, 1 out, came away with just the 1 run. We were gifted runners by defense. They've been gifted runners by the free pass. The 0-1, right there, first strike, it's 0-2. Can Fetty kind of settle down here and get out of the jam? 46 pitches in. So he has labored in this inning quite a bit. The 0-2, outside wide. Pretty good sweeper trying to get him to chase, but it doesn't have that kind of movement. His sweeper really is more of like a backdoor slider. 1-2 count. Swing. Rips it back foul, 95 miles an hour. We'll do it again. The 1-2. Swing, hits it onto the ground. Right side, Ozzie has it, flips it to first, and that'll end the inning. Well, the Braves dodge a huge bullet. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
If you Snapchat a picture of your thing to your boy, and he screenshots it, who's gay?
Sir, for the love of God, please stop commenting to this drive-thru.
Every time I get one of you fetuses comments that's like, she really looks her age, you look my age. You're supposed to be squeezing pus out of zits right now. You're squeezing filler into your lips. It looks ridiculous.
I'm gonna my pants, but that's okay.
No, actually, that's not okay. There's not a world that exists where that would be okay.
Well, in this world, it does exist. This is real. You gotta embrace it, because I'm not getting out of this vehicle.
You don't a car.
All men are forced to make difficult decisions. This is mine. We're too close. Oh, there she was.
Jesus Christ! Are you serious?
To be fair, this is like my beach in Norman.
No, it's not. This isn't heroic. This is bad stomach management.
Kansas City Royals were supposedly the best team in baseball that year. George Brett had a fantastic year, an MVP year. The series was built up a little bit about Brett and myself.
I didn't like him. I really didn't like him at all. Hearing a lot about him in the National League as a third baseman, I was American League third baseman, and you play against him in the All-Star games, and I wanted to outdo him. I wanted to be better than him, and he upped me almost every game.
It's popped up. Mike Schmidt taking charge in foul territory. Out. Mike Schmidt has it big.
He made some great plays in the World Series against us. He looked very calm and collective out there.
Schmidt needed that 80 World Series, especially after failing big time in the NLCS, that he needed to bounce back.
There's a pitch drilled hard. Base hit by Mike Schmidt on a 2-2 pitch. Is Mike Schmidt finally coming alive?
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Jerks and Profar. Thank you, straight shooter. Missed a couple. I'll get you next, Iron Lung. Just seeing these. The 1-0 misses inside, ball 2-2-0. Lefty-righty matchup. The Braves lead at 1-0. The 2-0 misses high, 3-0. 3-0 count. Pitch right down Main Street, 92 miles an hour. Four-seam fastball. It's 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Swing! Hammers it through the infield, out to left, and the Jerk Stars rocking and rolling here on a Sunday fun day.
Well, the Jerk Star call. They're running out of you.
It's smart. It's a smart line, and a smart crowd will appreciate it. And I'm not going to dumb it down for some bonehead mass audience.
Lefty-lefty matchup now. Matt Olson, the batter. First pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Thank you, Iron Lung, for supporting the channel as well. The 0-1 outside wide, 1-1. You know what's crazy about Nick Allen? I don't think a lot of people realize this. Not only is he not a free agent at the end of the year, he's the 1-1 outside wide, 2-1. He is what they call pre-arbitration. That means that we won't even go to arbitration with him until 2027, or the offseason of 26 next year, the 2-1. Flips it over. In my head, and I think it's just because I've known about him for a while, and I just always think he's a little older than what he is. He's only 26 years old. He's got kind of like that, is the 2-1, fouls it back. He's almost got like that, what do they call it, the widow's peak. He almost has that starting to kick, so he looks older than what he is. But the short of it is, he won't be a free agent until after 2029, which means you've got a hell of a bench piece on your infield going forward. Because defensively, I know he didn't make the great play there, but defensively, the kid is elite. He's a good base runner. If somebody gets injured, there you go. The 2-2 chops it foul. And they're always looking for that next bench piece at short. He's just never going to get it done with the stick. I mean, he's just a light hitting infielder. He's a throwback. If he was playing in the 80s, he'd have an everyday job somewhere. The 2-2, wham, down the right field line, but foul. Two count, but he's a great piece to have on your bench because somebody gets injured, pinch runner, defensive replacement at the end of the game, the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three, chased it off the edge, one down. One up. And one down. Ronald Acuna Jr. takes a hack at the first pitch inside for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty-righty. Swing. Lifts it. Into right center field. Get down. Get down. That ball does get down. It's going to be a one-out single. Profar not taking kindly to Martinez, kind of pushing him back, trying to get him off the base. He kind of made an appeal to the umpire. And I'm telling you, there's been some things that this Cleveland infield has done. I don't know if they're all intentional this series. As the first pitch to Ozuna's off the plate for ball, it's 1-0. But they've been a little aggressive with some of the erosions on the base paths. And we just have too many good-natured guys. They're lucky someone hasn't gotten an elbow to the ear yet. The 1-0's right there on the outer edge. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Braves lead it 1-0, first and second. The 1-1 pops it up underneath it, reached that off the plate. Can of corn over there just behind second base, 2 down. So now Deuces Wild, 2 on, 2 out. Michael Harris the second, the batter. He's 1 for 1, but it's going to look like a frozen rope in the scorecard tomorrow, but it was an infield pop-up that was misplayed by the defense. They never touched the ball and it fell to the ground. First pitch right there is at the bottom of the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 slices it back foul. It's 0-2. So Harris down 0-2. Deuces Wild here. 2 strikes and 2 outs. 2 runners on. If he gets one into the gap, it'll be 2 for sure. Good speed on the base paths. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Blew it right by him. Strike 3. I don't think he's seeing this guy well, lefty-lefty matchup. He was lucky to get that infield error as a single. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask
why.
why.
A job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you, you need to come to this meeting I'm going to today. There are 32 teams here. You're geniuses.
Jerry,
okay? Y'all really think you're going to sit here with a microphone and tell me all of the things that I've done wrong and without going over the rights. This is not your job.
I am extremely proud of St. Patrick's Day. I feel like it's a really good way for the world to let off a little bit of racist steam. It's a nice playful sort of racism where you get to choose a particularly jolly set of white people, emulate their substance abuse, and you get to dress up as a ginger as well. It's good, clean fun, and it's much better than having, say, an India Day. Instead of putting green dye into the water fountain outside the White House, you'd have to fill it with curry powder. But don't just drink. Enjoy the other parts of our culture. Have a Tayto sandwich. Have a go at one of your English friends for something that happened 200 years ago.
I was in a bit of a flow, bit of a hot streak, so I was feeling pretty good.
Schmidt reached base 3 times in the Phillies' Game 1 win. Then in Game 2, he came to the plate in the bottom of the 8th, with the score tied and one of the best closers in baseball on the mound.
There is Quisenberry. You talk about impressive. Just look at that last statistic.
Dan Quisenberry was our closer. Rollade's relief pitcher of the year for years. Right-handers just had trouble with him. And Mike was very analytical, very smart. It looked like he made up his mind. I'm not going to try to pull him. I'm just going to try to hit it up the middle.
Right field, deep. Cardinal going back. That's going to be off the wall.
Welcome back, Braves Country. Eric Fetty goes back to work, nursing a 1-run lead. First pitch to Stephen Kwan, top of the order for the Guardians. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 hammers it towards right field, down for a base hit. A little bit of a looping blooper that gets over the head of the infield and well in front of Acuna. And the Guardians have it going here in the bottom of the 3rd. I mean, I kind of figure the numbers that Fetty has given, that as the first pitch on the way to the number 2 hitter, Schneemann takes it right there off the edge for a ball. It's 1-0. I figure at most we're looking to get through the order twice with Fetty. I mean, you're really pressing your luck if you try to go through it. This is the second time through the order, by the way. If you're trying to get more than 2 times with Fetty, considering the numbers that this offense has, you're just asking for Joe Ram to hit a Slamboni over the wall. The 1-0. Outside wide ball 2-2. 2-0 count. Change up off the plate wide. 3-0. Braves lead it 1-0. Tying run at first. Go ahead at home. The 3-0. Right there. P at the knees. Sinker. 3-1. See what the eye is looking like today on the batter eye. I like that view when it's situated correctly. Looks like it's all right on this one. The 3-1 count. Swing down the right field line, and that is just going to get inside the paint. It jumps into the stands, pops out of the hands of the Butterfinger fan out there. So it will be a grounds rule double. He's getting the what for from his wife. She's got a beer in his hand. She's never going to let that one go. He was, let me look at, no, he didn't have anything in his hand. I thought maybe he had a drink in his hand. It popped out of his hands. And she is giving him the what for. I don't know if that's the wife or the girlfriend or maybe a little bit of both, but she is laying into him. She's laughing. He's so embarrassed right now. So runners at second and third, nobody out. First pitch on the way. JC. Pitch on the way. Misses high. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing. Fouls it away. JC. JC, hell, that's my wife. She better not be paying for those beers. He better be treating her. Just off his fingertips. Someone else. Oh, she stuck her hand out there too, so she's not going to admit it, but she was a part of that. 1-1 misses up outside wide 2-1. Joe Ram, Jose Ramirez. Runners in scoring position, batting .333, the 2-1. Fouls it straight back. Full count. What's the clip that I heard recently? I don't know if it's in one of ours or if it's one that we're going to do in the offseason, but where the lady's talking about would she be more upset if her husband were cheating on her? Is the 2-2. Pops it up. In the sky, can of corn over by the dugout. It's just going to get past Murph's. Even if the screen wasn't there, Murph wouldn't be able to get to it. Just inside. Essentially right before the first row, just right of the dugout. So a 2-2 count. Down and in, 3-2. Full count to Jose Ramirez. Standing on deck is Manzardo. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Jose Ramirez has got to be miffed that he is now 0 for 10 lifetime versus Fetty when everybody else is clocking him. He just... Sometimes it's funny, you'll see these guys interviewed. You'll see great hitters talk about guys they just could not get a base off of. There are great pitchers that you just couldn't that they couldn't get a guy out, and you're like, who? It's funny how this game works. Sweeper, outside wide. Thank you for the support there, Iron Lung. The 0-1. Swing. Fouls it down the line. It's 0-2. Braves lead by 1. Manzardo walked his first time up. Now, he's got 21 home runs, so he's not just some run-of-the-mill no-name from the American League. This is a guy that can swing the stick. So you got to be careful. It's funny, he could be Sean Murphy's brother. They just did an up close on him. The 0-2, outside wide, 1-2. You'd love to get him to either strike out or pop up. That's what Fetty got Ramirez to do, was to chase that heat off the top of the zone, out of the zone. He couldn't connect, but even if he does, it's going to be a pop-up in the infield. The 1-2, nowhere near the zone, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Good to see you, Eric. Second and third, one out. The 2-2. Did he go around? He looked like he might have. Fonzo Marquez says no dice. Forgot he was down there. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, that's a 50-50. If you got a Braves hat, you're like, yak 'em. If you got a Cleveland hat on, you're like, no way. The payoff pitch. Hits it high. Into left field. Coming in. Charging. He's going to drop the ball. Jurickson Profar drops the ball. And the score will be tied 1-1. See where the runners end up at. Looks like we're going to first and second. The runner at second wasn't tagging up. Not to mention, Profar got the ball pretty quickly right out of that. So if you tag up, start heading to third, he's probably going to get you. So the bad news is no play at the plate and the game is tied. The good news is you got the double play set up all over the infield. First and second, one out. The 0-1. Thank you, Justin. Profar is the 1-1. Swing, hammers it into right. That ball's going to get down. Fair, up against the wall, off the wall. Acuna grabs it, fires it to Olsen. Olsen looks into the infield. and it's going to be 2-1 as the runners go just 2 bases. The runner from first not able to score, holding up to see whether or not that ball stayed fair. So Fedde's starting to get smacked around. Back to that Profar, for those of y'all who couldn't see it, he was trying to get it out of his glove quickly so that he could throw it home, and it pops out. Grant's going out there to talk to him. SS Dub says, "What are you smiling about?" You know, SS, that's just his personality. I don't let that rub me the wrong way. You see that with him. If he makes a mistake, no matter what, he always has a smile on his face, which is why he's popular with his teammates. But he's just got one of those personalities where he knows that what's it going to do for him to sit there. You know the guys I hate the most? Remember Paul O'Neill would go in there and take a bat and beat up the Gatorade jug in the dugout and just beat it all to crap when he struck out. I'm like, you're the moron that swung at the damn thing. Why do you got to screw up our Powerade, right? First pitch on the way is swung on and hammered down the line foul. It's 0-1. Rocchio, the batter. Brian Rocchio, 2 home runs on the year, 1 last night. I think that's the one that makes me the most, is the people that put on the phony rage after they strike out. The 0-1 swing, hammers it right over to Olsen, and that is going to be a bang double play. You had L3, 3-5, and that'll double them up. The runner had nowhere to go. Great play by the Ice House, and the Braves only trail by 1.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House.
Ice House.
Smooth as it gets.
Daddy, can you get me milk?
Yeah, just a minute.
Hey Google, set a timer for 1 minute.
Got it. 1 minute. And that's starting now.
December 21st, 1861, the Medal of Honor was established by Congress and signed into law by President Abraham Lincoln as an award for extraordinary valor during wartime. Initially created for the Navy, it was expanded to include the Army and Marines in 1862 and the Air Force in 1965. The Medal of Honor is distinguished by its unique design, a star-shaped medal featuring Minerva, the goddess of wisdom and war, suspended from a light blue ribbon with 13 stars. The first recipient was Army Private Jacob Parrott, honored in 1863 for his heroism during the Andrews Raid, a daring Civil War mission to disrupt Confederate rail lines. More than 3,500 people have received the Medal of Honor, with only a fraction alive to accept it in person. The U.S. Army leads in recipients. Medal of Honor recipients get a lifelong tax-free pension, access to military medical care, invitations to presidential inaugurations, and burial honors at Arlington National Cemetery.
People often ask, what's the best way to correct a coworker when they've made a mistake? And I'm going to share with you the one sentence I use that works every single time.
You f***ed up, bitch! It was unbelievable. I mean, he was at every Little League game. And it was cool of him because he didn't coach just my team. He was never anybody's head coach. He was always the assistant. And he was just at all 3 of our games all the time. High school games, high school freshman football games, wrestling tournaments. If we had an event and he was in town, he was there. Did anybody check the tri-tip?
Last time I checked, it was Mike. Oh, it's done. It's done, boys.
What's it at?
130.
Let it rest.
7.
Did you burn it?
To be a part of their lives and have dinner with them and cook out with them, and yeah, it's been good. It's been really a lot of fun.
Cheers to my family. I love you. I really do. Thanks for all the memories.
I grew up watching Chipper Jones play. Who's the greatest switch hitter of all time?
Welcome back, Braves country. Braves trail by just 1. The 0-2. Swung on and hammered into left field, down for a base hit. Or excuse me, for an out. Sorry, got a little sidetracked here. Coming off the break, we had an issue in the house. So 1 up, 1 down. First pitch on the way to Sean Murphy is a sweeper right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Right there, outside, 1-1. 1-1 count. Braves trail 2-1. Pitch misses high. Cutter. 2-1 the score, 2-1 the count. Logan Allen at 65 pitches, pretty high for the fourth inning. The 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. Sean Murphy, seems like he's 0 for the second half of the year. It's been forever since he's clocked one. He's sitting at 16 home runs, batting just .209 now, the 2-2. Caught looking, strike 3. Right there, change up on the knees. Did not swing the bat. 2 down. The idea that Sean Murphy has earned as much playing time as Drake Baldwin is the most asinine lie that's ever been told to the Braves community. He does not deserve to be behind the plate every other day with Baldwin. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Until you are mathematically eliminated, you ought to be trying to win the games. The 0-1. Out there on the outer edge, it's 0-2. And I get it. What they're trying to do. That doesn't make a difference. Okay. The 0-2 count. Swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. I was seeing if there was we had an option for that to take for when we splash something on the screen to take up less room, but we really don't. The 0-2, swing, pops it up, down the line and out of play over the first base dugout. But until you're mathematically eliminated, the idea should always be put your best foot forward, and Sean Murphy just isn't it. The 0-2. And I don't have a problem starting today because you've got a left-hander. It's a day game after a night game, and Baldwin was behind the plate last night. The 0-2, check, swing, foul, we'll do it again. But the fact that you're going to sit there and do it evenly every day, that is just ridiculous. It should be 2 out of 3 at least for Baldwin is the 0-2, high and inside, 1-2. Like the White Sox series, I'd be in favor of him getting every start there. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the four-seamer, and that'll end the inning. Braves go down in order. We go to the bottom of the fourth here in Braves country.
How can you fit 4 women on a bar stool?
You better not be putting 4 women on a bar stool.
It's
how the hell are you gonna?
How can you fit 4 women on a bar stool? It's just real simple.
You can't unless they're like Barbie dolls or something.
No, average sized women. How can you fit 4 women on a bar stool?
No, just tell me.
You flip it over. You flip over the bar stool.
Hey. That's horrible. No, I'm supposed to be the dirty one.
I'll pay you $5 if you eat that.
What?
The cheese you just dropped. Eat it and earn yourself 5 smackaroos.
No, thanks.
10.
No.
20?
We have the same bank account. If I want to get $20 from you, I'll go to the ATM. I don't need to eat dirty cheese.
True, but I got a 20 right here. You can have it right now. Buy yourself a new brassiere.
Awful tempting, but still a no.
You give me 20 if I eat it?
No!
10.
No!
5? That's a bargain! You're not gonna find anybody to eat dirty cheese for under $5.
I don't care. I have no desire to pay or be paid to eat dirty cheese.
You take no joy in life, do you?
Memories are what surround George Brett everywhere he goes. When you've had as many good ones as he has, they're almost like best friends. But there are also other things he still remembers, like his relationship with the father, who never quite seemed to embrace him.
I woke up one day, it was crazy. I told my wife this. I woke up one day, it was about 6 months ago, and I said, you know what? My dad was really an asshole. Before, I would always cry thinking about him. No, I'm not going to cry about him. He was a bad dad. He was a bad father and a bad dad.
He just had this awakening one day to where he just decided he wasn't gonna make things up about his dad anymore. He wasn't that nice of a man.
I have a lot of friends that were pretty good athletes, never made it. Maybe they didn't have the drive I had to please their father. And then to be the most successful one in the family, I think that's part of the reason why.
Deep down in his mind, he wanted to prove his dad wrong. And I think he did.
Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today. Welcome back. Eric Fetty goes back to work. First pitch on the way is a sweeper right across the belt for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 right there. It's 0-2. Daryl, what are you talking about with Murphy? Oh, you're talking about Murphy should be traded? Yeah, the 0-2. Down and away, 1-2. Yeah, it really. The question is, see, we all think it's so easy. We're just going to move guys around. Does anybody want him at his current rate? Is the 1-2 misses high, 2-2. Now they'll still try to sell you that he's an elite defender, and I think he's a better defender than Baldwin. But I don't think it's so. It's not to the point where we don't see guys not try to run on him, because they still run on Murphy. The 1-2. Outside wide. Right there. Kisses the black. Strike 3. Got him. 1 away. But the idea that you can just move someone is like one of the biggest legends ever told in sports. Oh, we just need to trade him. If we're trading for this and go get him that. And you just don't realize sometimes that sometimes guys aren't wanted. Jones drops a bunt down, and with the Braves on that shift and the slow-footed Nacho Alvarez, that's going to be an easy infield single. Good hustle there by Nacho. He just does not have the range. And they continue. And not to mention Nolan Jones has very good speed, but he was playing basically shortstop position and had to run all that way, even though he saw Jones starting to drop the bunt and Nacho was doing all the right things. He was charging the ball, et cetera, et cetera. You just can't expect him to get to that ball. First pitch swinging, changeup, blasts it high and deep. Will it stay in? It will. Ronald Acuna Jr. with his bright gold shoes fires it back into the infield. 2 down. And I've been saying that for a couple of years now, that I thought Sean Murphy should be traded because you knew Drake was coming. But here's a couple things you're looking at Sean Murphy. Number one, he's going to be 31 years old in October. So you do have to take that into account. First pitch on the way is a sinker. Off the edge, it's 0-1. He has a 2 WAR this year, which is not great. It's okay. It's more based on his defense. And he's 16 home runs, which he hasn't hit one in quite a while. The 0-1 outside wide, 1-1. 1-1 count. Righty-lefty Stephen Kwan, top of the order. The pitch. Swing, slaps it towards right. That's going to get down in front of Acuna. Acuna charging, daring Jones to head to third, but he'll stay. So Sean Murphy, his contract, by the way, is $15 million a year through 2029. And that's not a steep price to pay for a catcher, but by the time the contract ends, what's he going to be like offensively? Because he's already starting to show that he's heading south. Schneemann, the batter, takes the first pitch outside wide. It's 1-0. Misses 2-0. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. 2-0 count. 87 mile an hour. Change up off the edge, 2-1. It's a club option for 2029. but essentially you're picking up Sean Murphy. The 2-1 pitch, swing, lifts it into right field, going over, making the diving attempt is Acuna, under his glove, up against the wall. Harris has the ball, fires it into the infield, and that'll clear the bases. Or will it? Yes, that will clear the bases. And it's 4-1 Cleveland. So close, but so far. Acuna trying to make the diving attempt. It might have cost the Braves an extra run, but I understand why he went for it. He just missed it. Even if he doesn't dive, I don't know if he's going to get to it to knock it down. So essentially no harm, no foul as he was trying to save the day. Jose Ramirez coming to the plate. Righty lefty, first pitch on the way. Cutter up top for a ball. It's 1-0. Or 0-1, excuse me. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. So basically, you'd be picking up Sean Murphy for a 4-year, $60 million contract. And that's not terrible in today's standards. And I would think there's a market out there for him. I just don't know that to be a fact. The 0-2. Down and in, misses. 1-2. I've always said that he's a poor man's JT Real Muto. And there's got to be, I would think, a taker out there somewhere. Now, what do you get? You get something that helps you as the 1-2 fouls it off, pops it up, down and out of play. Because in the perfect world, to me, you make the trade for Sean Murphy to bring in a shortstop. But there just doesn't seem to be that fit right now in Major League Baseball. A team that can give up a shortstop for a catcher. The 1-2. Chops it over to second. Ozzie has it, fires it to first, 4-3 the putout. But the Braves now trail 4-1. Logan Allen can be gotten to. Let's get to him. We go to the 5th.
Hey, friend. I just want to tell you, I want you to take a good long look in the mirror today, and I want you to change everything. And I mean everything. You are horrible.
All right, this is what it's like dating someone who is a diehard fan of a really bad sports team. Like, my bad team is the Jets, okay? Every week the Jets come on, and my girlfriend during that time was like, do you want to watch a movie? Do you want to watch a show? And I'm like, I can't watch a movie or a show. The Jets are on. And she's like, I thought you hated the Jets. I do hate. I hate the Jets. And she's just like, well, then why do you watch them? Because I have to. I have to. And then she's just like, yeah, but I hear you just complain about them all week, about how much they suck and how miserable they make you and how everybody's stupid and how much you hate them and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, listen, everything you're saying is logical. You're beautiful. You're smart. I love you. Give me the remote.
We won the second game.
Mike Schmidt has been heard from. That may take a lot of pressure off of his shoulders.
And I was right in the thick of it there, and felt great to contribute in the postseason.
Well, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling to have. It's a real feeling of confidence.
We won the first 2 games in Philly, and Kansas City won the first 2 games in Kansas City. And then it was a 2-2 in the 5th game in Kansas City.
Schmidt with a home run earlier in the 4th inning for the 2 Philly runs.
We're winning by 1 run in the 5th game. He's leading off. And our manager, Jim Fry, says, hey, he tried to bunt earlier. Don't let him bunt.
Bunts it down to third base line, foul. How do you like that? And Brett flips the ball up as if to say, what in the world is going on?
Sure enough, I play in a little bit, and he hits a rocket.
Hot smash, Brett knocks it down. It's a base hit for Mike Schmidt. Tying run is on.
And the threat of Mike Schmidt bunting kept George Brett in tight at third base, even with a bag.
Next thing you know, they scored 2 runs and beat us.
And now the Phillies head back to Philadelphia, leading in this series.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to start off the inning is swung on and smoked into left field. Nick Allen trying to get things going here for your Atlanta Braves as the Braves trail by only 3. We got a long way to go in this one. Logan Allen, we talked about it earlier. He can be gotten to. It's time to go out and get him.
Kidding? Not about muscle. Simple physics. Calculate the velocity v in relation to the trajectory t, in which g, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
First pitch to Profar is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Like there are other batters in Major League Baseball, when they get hot, they go on a hot streak. They're hitting multiple home runs. It's obvious. This is what Nick Allen looks like when he gets hot. It's base hits. It's getting on, causing problems on the base paths. As the 1-0 off the plate, 2-0. But yeah, to me, the perfect fit would be to trade Sean Murphy for a shortstop. The 2-0 outside wide 3. Even he called that a strike. It's 2-1. A little off the edge. Even if it's a shortstop that is a prospect, is the 2-1 outside wide 3-1, and he can't come up until maybe sometime in the middle of next year. Someone who's not necessarily a household name and ready to step into the lineup. The 3-1 swing, bangs it over to third. That ball is a fair ball. Here comes the throw, and Profar just gets gunned down. Man, that's a strong arm by Schneemann. He is an outfielder by trade, so he's got a cannon on him. I thought Profar would beat that out with his speed. He was hustling down the line. Schneemann grabbed it, jumped up, fired an absolute laser to first. In fact, the throw was so good, Profar was looking over his shoulder as it hit the glove, like, where the hell did that come from? First pitch on the way to Olsen is right there for a strike. It's 1-0. Inside for a ball, it's 1-0. Allen stands at second in scoring position with just one out. The 1-0. 87 misses, 2-0. 2-0 count. Kicks and fires. Right there for a strike, 2-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Olsen is struck out. He lined out to center his first time up. The 2-1 pitch. Right there. Sinker inside. 2-2. Wind blowing out to right. If he can get a hold of one, that thing's going to carry. The 2-2. Swing, fouls it away. Lefty-lefty, the 2-2. Swing, lifts it. High and deep into center field. Get up. It will not. Caught by Quan. Here comes the throw into the infield. Allen will race back to second. 2 down. Wind might have knocked that down as it's whipping across. Ronald Acuna Jr., the batter, if he shoots one to right, we could be within 1 run here. That wind continues to howl out there towards right center field. First pitch, 92 outside. It's 1-0. Acuna came back Friday from the IL. Steps off the mound for a second and gather himself. Back to the bump. The 1-0. 82 miles an hour outside. 2-0. 2-0 count. Standing on deck. The 2-0 slams it down the left field line, foul and out of play. Standing on deck for the Atlanta Braves is Marcell Ozuna. Harris in the hole. The 2-1 just misses the zone. Ball 3-1. So a 3-1 to Ronnie. If he can walk, Ozuna would represent the tying run, and you know he can shoot him to right. The 3-1. Swing, slaps it foul, will do it again. Full count now. Infield back and to the left. Logan Allen, 92 pitches. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. They set up inside the payoff pitch. Swing! Just got a piece of that sweeper. This may be the last batter for Allen, with Ozuna standing on deck representing the tying run. I think in a perfect world, they'd like to get him past Harris. That doesn't appear to be in the cards. The payoff pitch. Swing, just got a piece of that changeup. About a 10-mile-an-hour difference between the change and the heat that he's throwing. Sweeper's even slower. The payoff pitch to Acuna one more time. Swing, bangs that foul. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat for Ronald Acuna. The payoff pitch. High and out of the zone, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first, and that keeps the line moving and brings the tying run to home plate.
Bravo.
Ozuna the batter. Looks like they're going to leave him in. I thought they may go out there and at least...
Bravo.
Naylor's out there talking to him now, and they will go out there and at least have a chat with him. Thought they'd at least be trying to buy the bullpen some time. Carl Willis, the pitching coach, is out there on the mound. First and second, 2 outs. When they do that, we'll try to hit the out-of-town scoreboard for you. (11-9), the Phillies outlast the Nationals in the early game today. I think that was the Roku game. They're in Boston, and the Red Sox lead the Marlins 2-1. In Toronto, Canada, the Rangers lead the Blue Jays 6-1. First pitch on the way is 92 up top for a four-seam fastball. It's 1-0. Red Sox and Marlins are in the 7th, and the Blue Jays are in the 5th. They're in the 6th in Cincinnati, and the Brewers are trying to end the winning streak of the Reds are trying to, they're going to turn around and flip it over to first. Took Nick Allen a long time to realize that the ball got away. He was getting deked by the defender there, but he will head on down to second, and Acuna will follow suit and head to first. We've got runners on first or second and third, so a single now would make it a one-run game. That'll be an E1 in your scorecard. 1-0 in the dirt, 2-0. Reds trying to end the Brewers' winning streak. It's 0-0 in Cincinnati in the 6th. Orioles 1-0 over the Astros in Houston. 2-0. Inside 2-1. Tigers and Twins, Minnesota leads at 1-0 in the 2nd. White Sox, who will head to Atlanta tomorrow, lead the Royals 1-0. 3-0. Outside wide, called for a strike, strike 1. Ozuna was looking for ball 4. The 3-1 count. Up high and out of the zone, ball 4. And I'd say that will most likely be it. Bases are loaded now. They do have Harris coming to the plate, so they'll see if they can get the lefty-lefty matchup they're looking for. And that might have been what Willis told Allen. First pitch on the way is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. He might have told him, hey, if you don't have it, just go ahead and walk him because we want you to face Harrison. That'll be it. The 1-0. Outside wide 2-0. Ozzy's on deck, so most likely they wouldn't let him face him because Ozzy much better power hitter from the right side. So all or nothing here for Allen. The 2-0. Right there, 89 at the knees, 2-1. He's in line for the win if he can complete the inning. There is a right-hander warming up in the bullpen for Cleveland. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, slices it foul, 2-2. Harris down to his last strike. Deuces wild here. 2 outs, a 2-2 count. Bases juiced. Allen quickly back to work. High and out of the zone. Ball 3, 3-2. So a full count. Runners will be on the move now. Allen shaking off left and right to Naylor. He wants to come at him. Here's the pitch. Swing, chops it over to second. Easy 4-3, and that'll end the bad throw! Bad throw! Bad throw! Michael Harris is safe, and another defensive blunder by the Guardians.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know.
That'll be an E4. It's 4-2. The bases remain loaded, and they're going to come get Allen. Allen is cussing into his glove. But this goes back to, if you remember, if you were here for the beginning of the show, I told you. Man, did his foot hit that? Really close. Doesn't look like they went for the challenge. It's too late to do it now. But if you remember at the beginning of the show, I told you they have a lot of guys playing out of position, and it has cost them. Both runs today have been directly because of the bad defense. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. On this date, 1909, Nap LaHoy resigns as the manager of the Cleveland Baseball Club. The fans still support the popular skipper when a response to a newspaper poll indicates the overwhelming choice to keep the team name as the Naps instead of choosing a new one, which was common at that time. The name will not be changed until they become the Cleveland Indians following the 1914 season. The club was named after what is perceived as the first Native American baseball player to play in the major leagues from 1897 to 1899. Louis Sockalexis, member of the Penobscot Indian tribe, will have his legacy honored until 2022 when the Indians are renamed the Guardians. On this date in 1966, after tying Jimmy Foxx the day before for most career home runs, hit by a right-hander, giant slugger Willie Mays passes Double X with his 535th home run. The San Francisco center fielder now takes second place on the all-time list, trailing only Babe Ruth at 714 home runs. And to finish that thought, on this date in 1973, 42-year-old Willie Mays hits his 660th home run and final of his career on Cincinnati southpaw Don Gullett. SS, I see you asking. I guess you didn't catch it. But anyways, it's going to be an E4. There's absolutely no way that's a base hit. First pitch on the way to Ozzy Albies. Swing, fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. They want to flip Ozzy over. Much stronger power hitter from the right side. He's been swinging that bat pretty well from the left, but if you're going to pick your poison, it's going to be to flip him around. The 0-1 chop foul, it's 0-2. So it's up to Ozzy Albies. The tying run is at second. Enright, the pitcher, with the 1.75 ERA, trying to hold on to this 2-run lead with Cleveland. Logan Allen's in there complaining in the dugout. I'm telling you, that's just, it's not a good look, man. You can't do it. I know it's frustrating, Allen, the 0-2. High and outside 1-2. You don't want to show up your teammates, even if it's from afar, because he was cussing into his glove, and now everybody's focusing on the second baseman over there, Martinez. It's just not something you want to do. The 1-2. Swing, slice it back, foul. One-two count. He'll cool down eventually, and we'll probably go over there and say, man, it's okay. But, and I get it. He would have been in line for the win. This is a guy who has struggled a little bit. So he was probably really excited that it looked like it. He was getting out of it. The 1-2 to Ozzie. Time is called by Bo Naylor. He'll jump out there and talk to Enright. Ozzie 1 for 2 on the day. Of course, that was from the right side. Batting .226 now, 10 home runs. Probably trying to go over strategy with them. On deck is Nacho. But there's nowhere to put Ozzie as the bases are juiced. Gets back behind the plate. One-two count. Brings it in the dirt. Good take. 2-2. Curveball. Trying to get him to chase. Two count. Enright if you're wondering how he spells it. The 2-2. Swing. Bangs it down the first base line, but foul. Full count, or excuse me, a 2-2 count. Bases full, 2 outs. The 2-2. Swing, slaps it towards left. Get down! That ball will get down. 1 run will score. It's 4-3 Cleveland. Atlanta trails by 1. A good piece of hitting there by Ozzie Albies. And we got the tying run 90 feet away. A very short hit there by Ozzie. Just went on the edge of the bat, and the left fielder was playing in. So he had to... Ozuna, the runner, was hustling to third, but no real chance to send him. First pitch on the way to Sean Murphy is a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Braves now within 1. Top of the 5th, 4-3. It's 4-1 after leading 1-0. Slider in the dirt. So a 1-1 count. He's got a 4-seamer, a slider. These are pretty much his main pitches. He does have that curveball at 8% of the time. The 1-0, down below the knees, or excuse me, 1 down below the knees, 2-1. The screen graphic on the Braves cast is all kinds of back asswards, so it's kind of messing me up. The 2-1 count. There they go. They clean it up. Right there, slider, 2-2. Deuce is wild once again. 2 outs, a 2-2 count. Bases are still juiced. Sean Murphy, 2 grand slams in his career. The 2-2. Down and away. Did he go around? Look like he did. He did strike 3. Sean Murphy, just an absolute disaster at the plate. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Okay, so I am going to be completely honest with you guys, and I am not going to bullshit anymore as to why my wife will no longer be in any more of my videos again. Okay, it is because she has officially served me not only with divorce papers, but what really hurt is that she told me she wishes I was dead.
Babe, what are you talking about? I have not served you with any divorce papers.
I got them right here. I can show it to them.
Babe, that's our annual budget. We're trying to save money.
Yeah, but you specifically crossed out lightsabers.
Correct, because you're not going to spend money on stupid Jedi. We don't have it.
But that's the best defense that we have against the chancleta, and you know this.
Star Wars is just a movie. You are not a Jedi, and chancla is not real.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Then how come you haven't killed me yet?
Puñeta, because I'm not going to train another husband.
I'm a Jedi!
Bob was on Johnny over 100 times.
I remember after the first show I did, I heard Johnny ask Ed, did that guy really play baseball? And Ed said, I think so. And then I went back like 2 weeks later and did another show. And I did maybe 4 shows in the first couple of months after I'd done the first one. And then, just became kind of like a semi-regular.
Sometimes somebody just gets you, and Johnny just got you.
Johnny built a theater out at the University of Nebraska. So they asked me to come out there and do a show. They sell the place out. I mean, it's sold out with students. After we're all over, one of Johnny's people came up to me. I think it's Johnny's nephew, who's one of his writers and everything. And he said, Bob, did you ever know why Johnny liked you? I said, no, I never did, because we always just got along, He said he liked you because you don't give a
Trump, you feel me? No Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
Well, he's wrong. He's going back to Haiti.
Welcome back. Aaron Bummer comes on to start the inning. Braves trail 4-3. I mean, right there, you want to talk about getting outmanaged. And there's a million examples this season. But right there, you had the right-hander on the bump, the bases loaded, game on the line. He couldn't change the pitcher at that point, by the way, for at least another 2 batters. That's when you take Murph, you send him down, and you put Drake Baldwin in. But he doesn't want to ruffle anybody's feathers, so he lets him go out there and strike out and continue with the nonsense. First pitch on the way from Bummer is a sinker right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. He is the most complacent manager I've ever seen. The 0-1. Swing. Smacks it over towards second. Ozzie with the running, diving, stabbing catch down around his shoes tops. 1 away. There is no data that would tell you that Sean Murphy has a better chance of getting a base hit there than Drake Baldwin. And that could be the game, because you never know how these games are going to play out. You can't save your pinch hitter for the 9th inning, because it may not matter at that point. Lefty, the first pitch right there, first strike, it's 0-1. Same thing I say about all managers in today's game. If the game is on the line, you're about to hit the top of the order as the 0-1 smack through the hole. Single for Bo Naylor. And he's 2 for 3 on the day. But you see this all the time with the managers that don't realize, I don't care if the game is on the line, it's the 7th, 8th, or 9th inning, and you're at the top of the order, that's when I want to use my closer. Rocchio, the batter, takes the first pitch, curveball right there, first strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Inside, 1-1. And that right there, you can't blame that on analytics. You can't blame it on anything, because the simple fact of the matter is, in-game strategy, that's what you get paid for. And not saying it necessarily would have worked out, but you give yourself a better chance if it does. The 1-1 chops it foul. We'll do it again, 1-2. And it could work out in the end where all of a sudden you got a pinch hitter in the ninth and he pinch hits for Nick Allen or whatever, and he hits a home run and everything comes up roses. But the simple fact of the matter is he blew that situation there as manager. 1-2. Inside 2-2. Two count. Kicks and fires in the dirt. Did that get him in the foot? It did. And Aaron Bummer hits another batter, and it's first and second with one out. Bails out another batter. He's done that a few times this week. First and second, one out, and Kafis swings at the first pitch, bangs it over to Ozzie. 4 to 6 to 3. Did he get him? Just missed the double play. Nick Allen did everything he could to turn and burn it. The good speed by Stephen Kwan just beats it out. So runners on the corners and 2 outs. They keep replaying it, but there's no way that's even close to beating it out. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way to Jones is off the edge sweeper. 1-0. I remember. Swung on, foul, 1-1. Said Ozzie needs a better arm. Ozzie got that ball to short as quick as he could. I mean, that was, you throw it any harder, that ball's going to catch Nick, and he's not going to catch it. 1-1 count. Down and away, runner goes. Sean fakes it. Another stolen base on the Smurf, and they got runners on second and third with 2 away. So that's my point right there. Sean Murphy is not a bad defensive catcher. I am not saying that at all. But we were sold a bill of goods that he was one of these top guys you just don't run on. And people run on him all the time. The 2-1. Hammers it over to first. Olson's got it. Gold Glove flips it to Bummer, and that'll end the inning. So we get out of it unscathed. Good job by Bummer from limiting any runs coming across. We'll be back in a flash. Nacho leads us off when we return.
Eddie, y'all ever find yourselves having to rewind a TV show because you wasn't paying attention? Then when you play it back, you wind up not paying attention again?
I am not cutesy. I'm not demure. I'm an unhinged feral raccoon right now. Thank you.
Let me ask you this. Why was RC Cola invented? The same reason a lot of things are invented. Spite. See, in the early 1900s, a pharmacist in Columbus, Georgia, named Claude Hatcher was noticing that the soda fountain at his pharmacy was going through a lot of Coca-Cola syrup. You see, back then, pharmacies and other soda fountains would pump syrup into a glass, and they would put seltzer water on it, mix it, and you would get a fresh mix. He was going through so much syrup that he went to his distributor, a man named Columbus Roberts, and said, "Hey, I'm buying so much of this in bulk, can I have some kind of discount?" Well, Roberts said no, so Hatcher said, "Fine, I'll make my own syrup." And he did. He started with a ginger ale, and then eventually made a strawberry, a root beer, a Chero Cola, and then eventually the RC Cola that we know today.
Hey, after we won that game in Kansas City to go 3-2, I respect baseball, but we're coming home. We got 55,000 people. There's no way we're losing this game.
They need just this one victory in game number 6 to become the world's champions.
I remember seeing my dad's office the morning of the 6th game of the 80 World Series, and I said, "Dad, wouldn't it be great to go to the game?" I mean, he got 2 tickets, back row of the 648 section in the vet, but we went to that game, and that was one of the great, father-son memories I have in my life.
And there are nobody out. Bases are loaded, and Mike Schmidt, their big man in the batter's box.
I think the ebbs and flows of Mike's career got him to that point in the World Series where he finally said, "Hey, you know what? Forget everything else. We're in the World Series."
your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back, Sunday Fun Day. What's everybody eating for lunch or dinner tonight, depending on how you view it? First pitch on the way is a ball down and away to Nacho Alvarez. It's 1-0, the 1-0. Bangs it down the third base line. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. It takes a high chop into the corner. Nacho Alvarez heading around first into second, and he will stop at second as Stephen Kwan gets the ball back in pretty quickly, and it is a leadoff double for your Atlanta Braves and the Nacho Man. How about that?
Whoa, you check it out. What? Look, that guy.
Get me some nachos.
It is a sign and these nachos to help me score.
It took a one hop, and then the second hop, I don't know what it hit, a lip or something. It took a huge jump. Didn't affect the play at all. It was, at first I thought maybe it banged off the third base, but it didn't get anywhere near the third base. It must have hit something. Pebble, something. First pitch to Nick Allen is a bunt, and it's going to be an F5. Good sliding catch by Schneemann. One down. The thought was in the right place, just the bad execution. Tried to drop a bunt to, in a situation like that, I just feel like he's better off showing bunt and getting set as opposed to, because he tried to drop it at the last second. But the defense knew they were creeping in anyways. You might as well set yourself up for success. When you try to go from the batting stance to the bunting stance so quickly, a lot of times your mechanics aren't right and you pop it up, and that's what he did. First pitch on the way is a ball inside to Profar. It's 1-0. And I've never hated the strategy of sitting up, showing bunt, and then pulling back and ripping it. The 1-0. Inside 2-0. 2-0 count. One of the best teams I ever saw do that in my lifetime was the 86 Mets. They used to there was a handful of them that would show bunt, get the defense, and then turn around and smack it. The 2-0, right down the pipe, 2-1. Daryl's saying having a tomato sandwich. I hope there's something on that tomato sandwich. Daryl, is it just eating tomatoes? What's the point of the bread part? The 2-1 inside, 2-2. Two count. Uncle Charlie's got pulled pork and beef barbecue. Sammy's. It's a good Sunday afternoon snack. The 3-1 pops it up. Out of play. Full count to Profar. Braves trail by 1. The payoff pitch. Swing! Lifts it into right field. Get up, baby! Get up! Get up! Get up! She's gone! Ram-a-lamma ding-dong! A 2-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. Heading to the jerk store.
Insane. Jerk store would have smoked that guy. Smoked him, I say. It's smart. It's a smart line, and a smart crowd will appreciate it. And I'm not going to dumb it down for some bonehead mass audience. Not you.
339 happy feet.
They're running out of you.
Jerks and Profar, 7th home run of the year. The first pitch to Matt Olson's right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Braves lead it 5-4. The 0-1 swing rips it up the middle. That thing bangs off a second base, and that's through for a base hit. Man, check the women and children. Someone might have gotten injured on that play. Holy cow! Rifles.
Smooth as it gets.
Wham! A one-hopper off the mound, and it bangs off second base. And Atlanta, the 5-4 lead. Enright in wrong right now, as he's getting the what for from his pitching coach. Braves lead at 5-4. Profar making up for that fielding error earlier in the game. Cleveland with 2 errors, the Braves with 1 error. And there were 2 miscues in the first inning that led to the first run of the game for Atlanta. They didn't draw up his errors, but you could say that the play should have been made. First pitch on the way to Acuna is a swing and a miss, 4-seam fastball. He was going for the downs. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup, the 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, 93. 1-2. Acuna 1 for 2 on the day. A single. A walk, a run scored. The 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2. Marcell Ozuna standing on deck. Harris in the hole. The 2-2. High and out of the zone. Ball 3, 3-2. Full count. 1 out. Enright brings it inside, caught, looking, strike 3. Got to swing the bat on that one. I'm not sure exactly what he was looking for, but that was right down Main Street. He must have been sitting on the soft stuff. He's rolling his eyes inside his shades, but I'm telling you, that was right. I mean, you couldn't have put it on a tee better. It's so far inside the zone. Marcell Ozuna. First pitch, 92, right down the pipe. It's 0-1. We've seen more called strikes, third strikes on the Braves this year than I ever remember seeing in quite some time. The 0-1, outside wide, 1-1. 1-1 count. Braves lead by 1. Pitch on the way. 92. 4-seam fastball. 1-2. One-two count. Outside wide, 2-2. On the play, Matt Olson takes second base. And that's not defensive indifference. That should be a stolen base for Matty. He started skipping and skipping. He said, screw it, I'm going. Huge jump to 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. All for naught, but Matt Olson gets himself a stolen base. Atlanta Braves take a 1-run lead from the jerk store. Profar, pro good.
They're running out of you.
Hey, Matt. What? You want to put your ranch in my hidden valley?
That ain't no hidden valley. It's a damn canyon you got down there.
Couch.
I was just kidding.
Working with the Braves for the last couple of years, it's very frustrating. I can't stand giving away outs. I can't stand strikeouts. I can't deal with guy on third, less than 2 outs, not hitting a ground ball to shortstop or second base to get that run in. I can't stand every once in a while not laying down a bunt for your best hitters. All these things that really help you accumulate numbers, they don't care, 100 RBIs, so what? I mean, I want to hit 40 dingers. And, this is truly a chicks dig the long ball kind of era. You know, I think having worked with Alex Anthopoulos, they want slug and they want guys to get on base at a high clip, but they don't promote enough, I think, the getting on base part. In order to score runs, you got to get those guys on base.
Base hit, right field. Here comes one run in. Smith is going to score, and it's a 2-0 ball game.
Jumping out to a lead in the sixth game of the World Series really relaxed us.
He's had a big series thus far. Look at that reaction.
He was allowed to let his hair down and show some emotion. And I think the fans of Philadelphia, they finally went, wow, this guy, he is down-to-earth type of guy. He shows emotion.
The fans in this ballpark are beginning to smell their first World Championship.
And that was kind of the defining point in Mike Schmidt's career. After struggling, after having these ups and downs, finally lived up to all the hype.
The 1-2 pitch, that ball got it quick. The Philadelphia Phillies are the champions of the world.
Welcome back. Aaron Bummer back out there for another round. First pitch on the way is a ball outside wide. It's 1-0. The 1-0 swung on by Martinez, drifting into right field. Making the catch is Acuna for out number 1. Atlanta Braves, Cleveland Guardians in a seesaw affair. 6, bottom of the 6th, and we've got 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Cleveland 4 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. Sinker outside wide, lefty as the order flips over again to Stephen Kwan, who's 2 for 3. He has had himself a series. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Right there for a strike sweeper at the knees. 1-1. Schneemann on deck. It's probably where they're trying to get him to. Speaking of Bummer, with the lefties due up, that's why he's still in the game. The 1-1 fouls it back. 1-2. 1-2 count. Way outside wide. Just a bit outside wide as it goes to the backstop. 2-2. 2-2 count. Bummer comes set. Swing, hammers it over to first, this time right at Olsen. He'll step on the pillow, 2 down. First pitch on the way to Schneemann. Lefty-lefty matchup is inside. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Just misses inside. 2-0. Sit it behind the plate so you get a little better view here with nobody on. 2-0 count. Sinker below the knees. We'll take it. 2-1. Another bad call by home plate umpire Willie Trainer. I can't wait to see this guy's scorecard tomorrow. The 2-1 pitch. Outside wide, 3-1. Three-1 count. Right there, sinker at the knees. That did look like a strike. 3-2. Full count. Braves lead it 5-4. The payoff pitch Swing and a miss. Strike three. Got him with the hammer on the outer edge, and that'll end the inning. Braves lead at 5-4. We go to the 7th inning here in Braves country.
If your broad tells you the dishwasher's broken, tell her she looks fine. Be a man.
There is alcohol in the house and pot growing in the backyard.
I'm a single father trying to raise my son the best way I can.
Things would be better if I had a mommy.
Spend the night. It'll be good for the boy.
I get frustrated when I hear guys say, you know me, I'm from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And you're like,
I don't play that.
I don't play that from Brooklyn. And you're like, I've been to Brooklyn. They've like artesian ice cream. It's not what you think it is. Like everyone's in skinny pants and skinny boots.
Yeah,
and
they're like, not that part of Brooklyn.
Not that part of real Brooklyn. I grew up in Brooklyn.
He deserved it. He's so great for so long. It's just really happy for him.
You know, Mike, you could just see it was almost like a sort of a weight was sort of lifted, like we did it.
Whew. It turned out to be one of the great things in Philadelphia sports history, if not the greatest. And for me to be in the middle of it and end up winning the MVP of the World Series, I guess that's the pinnacle of my career, being on a world champion, having that ring.
He performed under pressure. He won the championship. He saw the parade. He saw the fans cheering him. He saw how much they loved him.
It was so much fun to look out from that parade and see all these faces. These were the fans that, that rooted for us, and probably a lot of them the fans that had booed us and me. It was more of a jumping from the whole negative vibe of Philly into a more passionate relationship.
I think that as much as anything else calmed him a little bit. Like it didn't take away those moments where he still struggled, but I think being on that float and winning that championship, I think it did wonders for Mike.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Top of the 7th we go. Michael Harris II leads us off. Lefty-lefty matchup is the new pitcher coming in for Cleveland is Herron. More on him in a second. First pitch on the way. High and inside, 95 miles an hour. Almost got him. It's 1-0. Tim Herron, a 4.06 ERA on the year. 30 strikeouts, 24 walks, the 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. What you'll see from Herron is a 4-pitch mix, the 1-1 pitch. Inside, did he go around? He did, 1-2. Pitch almost hit him, and somehow Harris was thinking about swinging at it. I think it was one of those trying to get out of the way and didn't keep his bat tight type of deals, and excuse me swing. Curveball 41% of the time, four-seamer 26, slider 19, and the sinker 15. So a curveball pitcher all in all, the 1-2. Curveball down and in, 2-2. 2-2 count. Strike 3, Harris down on strikes. One down, and Ozzie Albies will come to the plate. Lefty righty first pitch on the way to Ozzie's 81 miles an hour, high and out of the zone. It's 0-1, or 1-0, excuse me. The 1-0. Ozzie Albies 2 for 3 on the day. He's had a couple of big hits. If you're just joining us. The 1-0. Bangs it up the middle. Over to short. 6-3 put out. 2 down. 2 up, 2 down. Sean Murphy, the batter. 7th inning stretch is on the way. First pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires in the dirt. 1-1. 1-1 count. In the dirt, 2-1. Sean Murphy 0 for 2. He does have a walk. Struck out 2 times. The 2-1 right there inside 2-2. Walked in the second inning. And struck out looking the last 2 times. The 2-2 count. Caught looking, strike 3. Good night, Irene. Yeah. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. It's 7th inning stretch. We all need to stretch after that at bat. Welcome back. Braves lead this one as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Five to 4, Dylan Lee. Comes on. First pitch on the way from Lee. is four-seam fastball, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. Jose Ramirez, the batter. Dylan Lee will face Ramirez. Most likely a pinch hitter. Is the 0-1. Fouls it back. It's 0-2. It's Ramirez, Manzardo, and Naylor due up. But I would think that the left-hander Manzardo, as we saw before in this series, will take a seat. The 0-2 count. Swing! Bangs it down the line. Foul. Out of play. Braves 5. Cleveland 4. The 0-2. Outside wide, 1-2. One-two count. Right there for a strike. Or for a ball, excuse me, it's 2-2. The 2-2. Swing, pops it back foul, 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Out of the zone. The 2-2 in the dirt. Ball 3, 3-2. 3-2 count. Happy hour's up next, y'all. Full count. Swing. Bangs that back foul. Lefty-righty matchup. The payoff pitch. Swing, bang, down the left field line, but foul and out of play. Starting to time him up. It might just be wiser just to walk in. Or as Don Drysdale would say, it's just going to be easier to hit you and send you on down to first base. The 3-2. Swing, pops it up. Can of corn, who wants it? Ozzie calls off Matty. One away. One up, one down, and they will leave Manzardo in there. That's it. I guess the thought is he could get another at bat in this game, and if he does, it would be against Iglesias, and you don't want to have the right-hander against him. First pitch on the way is 95 right there for a strike up top. It's 1. I don't really hate that on the side of Stephen Vogt. I can see that. It's not like there's the bases are juiced or anything. The 0-1 misses high, 1-1. 1-1 count. Manzardo 0 for 1. Walk, a sac fly, and an RBI. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. I don't know if y'all saw it or not, but earlier today, the Braves did a little thing where they were talking about the 90s Braves that they put together. The voiceover was from Keith Olbermann. I was like, get out of Braves country, man. I know they didn't just hire you to come in here and ruin things. The 1-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3. Good pitch there by Lee. Manzardo really is no more as a guy that hammers right-handed pitching. But they'll save him for in the order they get to the 9th. If they do anything here in the next couple innings, they'll get back around to him. 5-4 your score. Bottom of the 7th. Lefty. Bo Naylor takes the first pitch down and away. It's 1-0. 1-0. Comes set, delivers, swing, hammers it into right, and that's down for a base hit. 2-out single. The tying run is at first. Hard hit ball right over the head of Olson and right in front of Acuna. They're saying it left the bat there at 104 miles an hour. Rocchio, the batter, he leaned into a pitch and got hit by the pitch. His last time up, he's 0 for 2. First pitch swinging, slider out of his shoes. It's 0-1. He had a home run last night, the lone run by the Cleveland Guardians, his second of the year. So he does have pop. You can't just lay it in there to him. The 0-1 in the dirt, bounces. Good backhander by Smurf. 1-1. 1-1 count. Braves lead by 1. 2 outs. Pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2. And even if we get him out of this mess with just the one base hit, every base hit they get just leads to the possibility they get back to that top of the order. So if you're a Cleveland fan, you got to be thinking about that. The 1-2 slaps it into left. That's down for a base hit. And we got trouble brewing here in the 7th inning. 2 on, 2 out. Runners at first and second. And the line keeps moving. Getting that slider high and flat in the zone, and they're knocking it around. Smurf will head out there to the mound to talk to Dylan Lee. Buy time for the bullpen, but there's nothing really stopping Kranitz going out there with him to give him his 2 cents, but he was nowhere to be seen. They flashed in the dugout. I didn't even see Kranitz. I don't know where he is. 2 on, 2 out. Swing and a miss. David Fry coming in to pinch hit. For Kafis, it's 0-1. Fry, his numbers are not great this year, but he is known as a big clutch bat. Is the 0-1 down and away? 1-1. From the right side of the plate. He essentially carried them into October last year. Batting just 179. He does have 6 home runs this year. 1-1. Swing, chops it foul, 1-2. 1-2 count. Braves will be celebrating the 30th anniversary of that World Series victory over Cleveland this week in Atlanta. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, got out of the jam, and that'll lead us to the 8th inning. And in the 8th inning, you know what that means, Braves country? Let's get it going.
106 miles from Chicago. Got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses
And losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? Yeah? Yeah, I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
Okay.
Get it! Hey!
Have dinner, ready?
I put my pants on, one leg at a time. Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is no...
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Buy that drink of me. Salute.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. Pretty soon we're gonna be calling this country.
Yeah. For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission of God.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
Welcome back. Atlanta Braves. Hunter Gaddis will come on to face the right-handed bat of Nacho Alvarez. He'll fire the first pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Slider below the knees. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Banged over to second. It's going to be a 4-3. First out here in the 8th. Nick Allen, the batter. Couldn't get that thing off that screen. That thing jammed up against. Second time that's happened in about a week. First pitch on the way is a slider at the knees to Nick Allen. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, lifts it down the line. Foul and out of play. It's 0-2. Nick Allen, 1 for 3 on the day. A single and 2 flyouts. One of them was a foul. It was an attempted bunt that was caught in the air. The 0-2, down and away, 1-2. Batting .228 on the year. It's funny, he just gets a few base hits in a week, and his batting average is so bad it goes skyrocketing. The 1-2. Swing, bangs it off the pitcher. It's going to be a tough play. I don't think he's going to get him. He will not get him. It's going to be an infield single for Nick Allen. And there you go. Let's get it going here, Braves country. 1 out. Base hit.
Hitting? It's not about muscle. It's simple physics.
Went
Calculate
off
the velocity V in relation to the trajectory
Gaddis was
T,
trying to
which
catch
G
it as a
gravity, of course,
comebacker.
remains a
Looked like it
constant.
went off his
It's not
belly and ricocheted over to the second baseman, who barehanded it. He appears to be okay. That wasn't hit him where they ain't. It's hit him where they is, but it hit it hard off where they is. First pitch on the way to Jurickson Profar is a slider down and in. It's 1-0. Braves lead it 5-4. Heading back home tomorrow, if this score holds, the Braves, the 1-0, inside, 2-0. They would do the unthinkable when you left for this road trip. They would win 5 out of 6, including a sweep here in Cleveland, and 5 in a row. 2-0 count. Brings it. Slider down and in. 3-0. They've won 8 of their last 10 games. Head home to face the White Sox. And you would think you would get a good performance there, but You never know with this team. The 3-0. Turns around, fires it over the second, try to keep Allen close by. They about got him with the hand in the cookie jar. .3-0 count. Up top, 95 miles an hour. Called a strike. Are you kidding me? High and out of the zone. Willie Traynor, man. I'm sure you're good at some things, but baseball umpiring is not one of them. The 3-1 pitch. Swing, belts it. High and deep into right. Stay fair. Stay fair. Stay fair. Get up, get up, get up. Just foul. That ball had plenty of distance, almost his second home run of the year. It just missed the foul pole by a few feet crossing over. Man, that would have really put a pep in your step. The payoff pitch, swing, pops it back, foul, we'll do it again. Full count. Inside pitch misses. Ball 4. And that'll put runners on first and second. Allen had taken off, but it won't matter. First and second, one out. And pro far, pro good. Good at bat there by the Jerk Store.
Well, the Jerk Store, Cole, they're running out of you. It's smart. It's a smart line, and a smart crowd will appreciate it. And I'm not going to dumb it down for some bonehead mass audience.
First pitch on the way to Matt Olson. Takes it high 1-0. The 1-0, 95 at the knees. On the outer edge, it's 1-1. Man, is he due for one. At least let's go shopping in the Gap and get us some insurance. Braves lead at 5-4. The 1-1. Swing, slaps it back, foul. It's 1-2. Braves head home tomorrow to take on the Chicago White Sox. They'll be celebrating their 30-year anniversary of the 95 World Series this week. They host the White Sox and the Mets. His last World Series win was almost 40 years ago. The 1-2 outside wide, 2-2, meaning the Mets. The White Sox won theirs almost 20 years ago. I'm sorry, it was 20 years ago, wasn't it? 2005. The 2-2, if I've got that right. Pitch on the way. Up top. Called for a high strike. This guy has been pinching the zone all game long, and then one just sitting up there, and he calls it a strike. Meanwhile, in the dugout at the ranch, that was not a strike. They can frame it all they want. Now, should he probably have swung at it with two strikes? Probably. But it's just a bad call. The first pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball, rattle back foul. It's 0-1. I do say that what you need is someone in that locker room, whether it's the hitting coach or the manager or the bench coach, someone's got to blow up in the locker room every once in a while and go, swing the damn bat when there's two strikes. Gaddis turns around and fires it over. He's going to hold on to it. Looking to throw it to second, but no one was covering, so he'll just stick it in his pocket. It will count as a move. The 0-1. Misses high, 1-1. Yeah, Ladarius, I wish that was a thing, but you're never going to get AI umpires because of the players' union and the umpires' union. They back each other's play. You are going to get the ABS system next year, so you would have been able to challenge that. The 1-1, swing, lifted, high into center, but not nearly deep enough. Got underneath it a bit, and that'll end the inning. That'll end the threat. The Braves put a couple on, but can't come through. We'll be back in a flash. Turn it over to that bullpen once again. We go to the bottom of the 8th.
Hey, y'all know them trucks that go. I want one like that.
Do you know them? No. But in DeClerv, we all fam. What? In DeClerv, we all fam. In the club, we are all family. Are you racist?
These stats and facts are so crazy they will make you spit out your drink. If you're making an all-star team and you want to win, you best put Steve Garvey on that team. Over his career, he appeared in 10 all-star games, and the National League won every single one of them. It didn't matter who you put on the mound. Ricky could hit. While playing for the Yankees in 1987, he had home runs in consecutive innings, one off of Phil Niekro and the other one off of Steve Carlton. That's the first time in history a player hit home runs off of 2 300-game winners in the same game. Holy rainout. Over a span of 4 consecutive days from May 14th to May 17th in 1945, every scheduled game in the American League was rained out. The first and only time that has ever occurred. The human vacuum cleaner, Brooks Robinson, was known for his defense. But did you know defense against him is the reason for one of his records, hitting into the most triple plays? Rube Waddell, dominant pitcher, interesting human, had the unique distinction of being born on Friday the 13th in 1876, and his death occurred on April Fool's Day in 1914. Nolan Ryan pitched long enough in the majors to strike out 7 different father and son combinations. Harvey Haddix once threw 12 perfect innings in a game against the Braves, and still managed to lose the game. Joe Sewell only struck out 3 times during the entire 1930 season, or the equivalent of 353 at-bats. 2 of those strikeouts occurred in the same game. Cy Young has an MLB record 749 complete games. No active pitcher has even 749 starts. Babe Ruth has the same amount of career shutouts as Pedro Martinez. Don Mattingly hit 6 grand slams in his career. All 6 of them happened during the 1987 season.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Pierce Johnson will come on here, try to keep the lead where it's at, so that tells you that they will plan on, if they still have the lead, sending Iglesias back out there. Remember, he went 3 days in a row, had last night off because of the blowout. We weren't 100% sure if he'd be available today, but it looks like he will be. First pitch on the way is a bender down and in to Nolan Jones. 1-0. Jones, Martinez, and then back to the top of the order with Quan. The 1-0. Outside wide. 2-0. So if that does play out, and let's say we go 1-2-3, it would set up Schneemann to Ramirez to Luzardo. They would probably pinch hit for Schneemann, but you never know. The 2-0, right there at the knees. 2-1. And we talked about in the last inning, guys getting on even though they didn't score. That would lead you to have to face that spot in the order one more time, which is why they kept Luzardo in. The 2-1 count, time is called. Late call by Jones, but home plate umpire Willie Traynor did give it to him. Two-one count. In the dirt. 3-1. The 3-1. High and out of the zone. Ball 4. So the leadoff hitter is on. tell you what, Ladarius, that year last year, Cy Young year for Chris Sale wasn't too shabby either. You're talking about the best. I'm assuming you're talking about the best Braves pitchers to do it since we've been watching. Chris Sale was nasty last year, but Maddox, you put any of his videos on, you're going to see a clinic. First pitch on the way to Martinez is side wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Sean Murphy runs out there to talk to him. I think the most dominant pitcher that I saw in a small stretch for any team was the Pedro Martinez years when he was with Boston. I mean, he was just unhittable. And he did it during the steroid era, which was even more amazing. Because he was clocking guys left and right that were juicing to the gills. Back to work. Pierce Johnson fires the 1-0 up top. 2-0. 2-0 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Pitch on the way. Outside wide. 2-1. Doesn't seem to have the grip today. Something's going on with his mechanics because he is missing the zone a lot. 3-0, ball four. So he'll head down to first. He's walked the first two batters. And you know they don't have an answer for this right now because they didn't expect Pierce to go out there and walk the first two guys he sees. Yeah, that's enough, Captain Retro. What are you talking about? It says roids don't do anything for hand-eye coordination. Just power numbers. The first pitch on the way is popped up, trying for the bunt. And Alvarez makes the catch. One away. It's the difference between warning track power and going over the wall. Those are the deniers that try to tell you that guys like Barry Bonds belong in the Hall of Fame. If you ask guys like John Smoltz, they'll tell you no dice. 2 on, 1 out. Schneemann, the batter. First pitch is a curveball right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Now it gets really dangerous because unless we get a double play here, Jose Ramirez is going to come to the plate with runners in scoring position. Double play would be huge here. The 0-1 chops it over to first. Matt Olson makes the grab steps on the bag. 2 down. But the runners move. By the way, the Milwaukee Brewers have finally lost. Cincinnati walked off the Brewers in the 10th inning. Been 2 weeks since that team's lost a baseball game. They're going to walk Ramirez as I thought they would, which would still take Sims into play where Manzardo, remember he was up last time versus Dylan Lee. This is where you'd love to bring a lefty in here. But you don't really have that big option right now because you've already spent Bummer and Lee. So here we go. First pitch on the way, swing, blast it, high and deep into center field, going back on the warning track, just before the warning track, for a loud out number 3, and we get out of it. If that was 1999, that thing's going over the wall. We'll be back in a flash.
So I was talking to this dude, he's like 25, and he goes, isn't dating and marriage just kind of similar? And I was like, and then I realized that he was serious, and I said, look, when you're dating and it's Friday night, you're like, where are we going? And when you're married, you're like, what are we watching? And when you're dating, she's like, I had a really good time tonight, I'll text you. And when you're married, she's like, I'll text you the grocery list. And when you're dating, she'll nudge you on the shoulder to be playful. And when you're married, she'll do that because you're snoring. And when you're dating, she'll call you cute nicknames like Pookie and Sweet Cakes. And when you're married, your nickname around the house becomes, Hey!
Have you ever played baseball and been stuck in a situation you just couldn't get out of? Boy, do I have a story for you. Boundary Field was home to the Washington Senators from 1891 to 1910. Although it had many oddities, one of them stood out more than the rest. A doghouse in the outfield. If you're thinking the doghouse was used to house a dog, you're incorrect. It was used like a storage shed. In fact, if you looked inside, you were likely to find a Stars and Stripes flag. Here's where the story gets good. The Philadelphia Athletics, who were a good team at the time, were in town. On that roster was a man named Ralph Sox Seabold. He was remembered for his 16 home runs in 1902, which was a record until Babe Ruth came along. But after that day, people would remember him, just not for his home run. At some point during the game, Sox would let a fly ball get by him. Nothing wrong with that, except for where it ended up. Because a groundskeeper forgot to close the door on it, it landed right inside the doghouse. No worries, Sox would just climb in and get it. There was just one problem. Once he retrieved the ball, his upper body and his head were stuck inside. 3 minutes later, the Athletics got him out. But not before the first doggone inside the park home run. In 1911, Boundary Field would burn down, and no one ever heard from that doghouse ever again.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio with Mac McGee, the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Got a doubleheader tomorrow here on Braves Country Radio. You're going to have the Cubs and Brewers, who are fighting for their playoff lives. We'll come on the air about 2 o'clock for that one, and then 7:15 we'll come on the air about 6:30 for that one. Braves and White Sox. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna is right there. First strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Right there at the knees. 0-2. Marcell Ozuna. The 0-2. Down and away. 1-2. 0 for 3 with the walk. One, 2 count. Down and away, 2-2. The 2-2. Swing! Bangs it right back up the middle. It's an atom ball. Smith grabs it, flips it. 1-3, 1 down. One up, 1 down. Michael Harris II, the batter. First pitch on the way. He's 1 for 4 on the day. Takes one out of the zone. First strike, it's 0-1. He's been so hot recently. If he doesn't have 2 hits or more, you're like, man, what's wrong with him? The 0-1. Outside wide to 1-1. Excuse me. 14 home runs on the year. Remember he had 6 at the All-Star break? 64 RBI. The 1-1 swing. Fouls it away. One, 2 count. On deck is Ozzy. The pitch on the way. Swing, slaps it down the line. Foul. Do it again. I was wondering if that Milwaukee winning streak would still be going when we saw them tomorrow. Man, they are a tough out. I mean, they finally get off that 14-game winning streak and they lose in extra innings. 1-2. Banged up the middle, but right there is the shortstop. Looks like that's Arias that they brought into the game. It is. 6-3, 2 down. One of the best defensive shortstops in baseball. We always talk about Nick Allen most likely winning the Gold Glove in the National League. If he doesn't win it, it's going to be because these voters are taking offensive numbers into play, and they shouldn't be doing that. But in the American League, very good chance Arias gets it. First pitch to Ozzy was out of the zone for a ball. The 1-0. Follows that up with the four-seam fastball. It's 1-1. Righty-lefty. Smith, 12 pitches here in the inning. The 1-1. Swing. Hits it over to first, and that's going to be a really quiet inning. Braves go down in order. Bullpen door's about to kick open, and Eyeglasses is coming to the bump. We'll be back in a flash.
I've been told that the word icy is, like, the easiest word to spell. Now that I'm looking at it, I see why.
Wing to the right is Schubert. Wide to the left is Scott. Hand off to Walter Payton. Sliding to the right side. It pops out of the 30 to 35 to 40 to 45 to 50 and out of bounds. It's taking territory knocked out by Paul Krause at about the 46-yard line. And there's a 28-yard run by Mr. Explosion himself on the very first play of the ball game. Deuce backfield. Avellini to Payton on a sweep to the right side. He's a block. He cuts back into the 5 and struggles down to about the 2-yard line. Well, there's the rushing record. Walter Payton becomes the all-time single-game rushing leader in the NFL. 275 yards for Walter Payton.
So I just rolled a joint. I bet you're jealous. Well, don't be. It was my ankle. I'm old. If you can relate, you should probably give me a follow.
Don't you love when you have a few minutes to waste so you scroll and it ends up being the best 4 hours of your day?
Hey, boy, this hoe got me up. This hoe talking about she finna stay tonight because it's too much snow on her car. Please. You gotta go.
That is a large part of Euchre's personality. He just doesn't give a shit. For somebody to be on as many times as Euchre was and to score a home run every single time, that is unheard of. For somebody to be on a Tonight Show as many times as Euchre was, gave him a chance to market who he was and what he could do. And rest assured, they wouldn't have come to him with any of the other things if he hadn't been on The Tonight Show.
I was producing Saturday Night Live in the mid-'80s, and I had these baseball lovers who were among the stars of our cast, particularly Billy Crystal.
What are your plans for today?
Same as always. Drink 3 cups of coffee and then be sexy.
Raisel Iglesias will come on. Braves lead by just 1. That's the bad news. The good news is they're past the heart of the order. They're in the middle of the order now. So maybe a little easier for Iglesias, but still pretty good batters coming to the plate. First pitch on the way is a changeup. Outside wide, it's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Fourth time in 5 days he was pitched. Four-seamer right there for a strike, 1-1. 1-1 count. Right there at the knees, 1-2. See if we get a better view on the batter view. Depends on how they have it angled. No, Cleveland's still messing it up. So a 1-2 count. Infield back and to the right. Rocchio on deck. Arias in the hold. 1-2. Swing. Chops it over to first. Just foul. Bottom of the 9th. 5-4 your score. Nobody on, nobody out. Lead off. Naylor, the 5-6-7 batters. The 1-2. Slaps it over towards right field, and it's going to drop in front of Acuna. Playing Naylor way too deep, and that'll be a leadoff single for the Guardians. Braves continue to do that with their outfielders. Bo Naylor is not that much of a power hitter. And to be playing him back, his feet were basically not too much farther in front of where you would play someone like a Jose Ramirez. So trouble brewing, 1 on, nobody out. I think if Acuna wasn't battling these injuries with his legs, he's going to make a diving catch on that. But he's probably a little slow getting out of the box as well. Played it safe. Make sure the ball didn't get behind him. The 1-0. Infield still playing pretty deep. Flip it over to first. Iglesias. Swing and a miss, 94 miles an hour fastball to Brian Rocchio. It's 1-for-1. He hit a home run last night. That was from the right side of the plate against Joey Wentz. The 1-1. 96 misses, nowhere near the zone, 2-1. 2-1 count. They keep showing the clip of the Reds walking off the Brewers. The 2-1 pops it up. Will stay in play. Foul territory. Nacho not going to get over there. Just goes into the Cleveland dugout. Probably a foot, maybe 2 feet out of his reach. They keep showing the walk-off and they're pounding their chests and everything. And I bet the Brewers are sitting there going, well, congratulations. Now you're only like 9 games out of first place. They have been on a tear. The 2-2 count. Slaps it back. Foul will do it again. Love to go to that changeup here. Rocky is going to be tough to double up. The 2-2. Caught, look at strike 3. 95 miles an hour. He got caught watching the paint dry. 1 away. That's a pitch right there, baby. Rocky was just shaking his head, heading back to the dugout going, I wanted to get the call, but I knew I wasn't going to get it. That's right there. Heck, he didn't even help things because he bent with it. So the strike zone got even lower. Dodgers are about to sweep the Padres. Man, the Padres cannot beat the Dodgers. It's 4-0 already in the first inning in L.A. We had the game on Friday night. That was a good game, 3-2. They got smoked yesterday, 6-0. And Glasnow's on the mound for the Dodgers. If the Padres don't solve him, they're going to leave Los Angeles 2 games out of first after walking in there 1 game up. If they don't have to play the Dodgers, the Padres might win the World Series. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball right there, first strike. No, he didn't get the call. Good night, Irene. It's 1-0. Gabriel Arias took that pitch. 100% of the ball hit the strike zone. The 1-0 lifted high into left field, coming over, making the diving catches. Profar firing it back into the infield, 2 away. He had to lay out all the way for that one. And Jurickson Profar might have just saved the day.
Well, the jerks start calling. They're running out of you. It's smart. It's a smart line, and a smart crowd will appreciate it. And I'm not going to dumb it down for some bonehead mass audience.
Rangers beat the Blue Jays. Orioles beat the Astros. The first pitch on the way is a changeup, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Real quick on your out-of-town scoreboard. Twins 8-1 over the Tigers. Game still in the 8th. 2-2 Royals, White Sox in the 8th. Cardinals and Yankees 4-4 in the 7th. The 0-1's right there at the knees, 0-2. So the Guardians are down to their last strike. You talk about a guy defensively who spots dimes and eats onions. Jurickson Profar, you never know what the hell you're going to get out of him out there. The 0-2 misses high, 1-2. D-backs lead the Rockies 4-1. Angels 3-1 over the A's. Dodgers once again are up on the Padres 4-0 in the second. Rangers 10-4 to the Blue Jays. Reds end the winning streak of the Brewers 3-2. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men. Beer for my horses. They keep saying we're dead, but Atlanta Braves go out there, sweep Cleveland. Game ball. Man, you could go several different ways, and I know he made the error, but we're going to give it to the jerk store. Profar.
Well, the jerk store, Cole.
2 for 4, a dinger, made the diving catch out there in the ninth to save the day. And though he did have the error, he made up for it. Braves win their 55th game of the year. Still 12 games under 500, but you never know. They keep this thing moving. We've seen stranger things in this game.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
They get to host the White Sox next. I mean, that smells like a sweep incoming. Then they host the Mets. And we've owned the Mets this year. A 6-game homestand. Let's get a streak going here in Braves country. That's what I'm talking about. Atlanta Braves have won, their 5th in a row now? That is incredible. We'll head to Chicago, or head back home to face Chicago. We'll see you tomorrow, Braves country. Braves win it. Sweep the Indians. And we're on a 5-game stretch. We're going streaking, baby.
We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody. Bring your green hats. Go. Come on, everybody. We're going. Woo! Come on! We're streaking! Woo! We're streaking! We're going up through the quad to the gymnasium.
Streaking. Get in the car.
Everybody's doing it.
Now.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back